Hello everyone and welcome back to Gleba for another episode of Laurence Plays Factorio Space Age, where I'm going to try and turn this swampy little planet into somewhere that's going to reliably produce a steady stream of science for me. So let's see how we can get on with that. And hello Doopy, hello Tristan, and hello Dog Whale. I see you there with your various what's the name point redeeming things. So yes, thank you for joining. Yes, I am indeed running around sort of kayaking and fixing cars and going to Norway and all that sort of thing for every single stream I do. It's important to, yes, as you say, be properly dedicated to the craft. So, last time I rebuilt my my base out here on Gleba from the original one that I had running up here, which is now mostly gone because I wanted all the pizza ovens elsewhere for other purposes. So that was up here. That was producing many of the things, well, some of the things that were needed by this fledgling planet. It was doing important things like it was making some iron and some copper, some of which was being made into ammunition. It was making plastic as well, and also most importantly, it was making the science packs over here. All of that has now been moved on to this kaleidoscope helter-skelter over here, where we're making the various fruit products up at the top. They're pouring down here with nutrients being added to them and the what is it called, bioflux being added as well. Then they pour all the way down the stream down to here, where they can then be turned into the science. Well, the eggs can be grown down here, which uses up quite a lot of the nutrients by the looks of it. They're grown into eggs, as you see. If those eggs are required for science, then they're snaffled up like this, made into science packs. Lovely. And then any excesses are come down here to be made into iron and steel as required. And as you can see, we have a nice healthy supply of iron ore and copper ore, iron, steel and copper, all pouring out of here into my sort of fledgling bus system down here. So, my solar array looks like a Space Invader. It does a little bit. You're quite right. Yes, I've nibbled away at the bottom part over there. Power shouldn't be too much of an issue because we have these turbines over here that are pumping out at least some power based on the amount of fruit that gets chucked into the back of it, actually, and then some as well. And similarly over here, we're not actually heating this one up anymore, but it's still producing power. So we've got a bit more than we need at the moment. But I'm probably going to have to add in an additional heat exchanger and turbines down here fairly soon. I've also got an array of turrets around anything that involves eggs, just in case things go horribly wrong here, because we don't want any pentapods to go wriggling out and start eating things. So we've got those keeping the area safe, and of course the science packs are being fed into a rocket over here that can then be sent off to space whenever the Spock. Yes, whenever the Spock is in orbit and requires some. Now, the downside of the system, the way it's running at the moment, is by the time the research packs get in here, they're down to potentially down to about half an hour of lifespan left, which isn't ideal and means they aren't quite as effective once they get to Norvis. It's not the end of the world. One thing that came up in discussions on the Discord server is that you can apparently run a signal from your rocket silo to out from the rocket silo, and you can read the requests that are being sent down. So in theory, I could have these machines only kick in and start making the science packs when the ship is actually in orbit, and that's sort of tempting. I may end up doing that at some point, but if I do, I think I'd have to extend the egg production and the bio and the science production quite a lot down here to have enough throughput for that to work nicely. So I think for now we'll just waste whatever that gets through and isn't fresh anymore, and just produce more than we need to. I don't think that's too much of an issue. Yes, we are producing a certain amount of pollution. You can see the cloud of it here, and we've had a few attacks come in against this plantation down here. But they've been fairly ineffective because I've got these Tesla turrets in here and they do enormous amounts of damage. They're capable of one-shotting most of the small critters on this planet. So we do have down here, we've got an egg raft which is producing, yeah, you see a few of these wrigglers over here. I don't know where that one thinks it's going. Okay, there's a little hunting party forming up over here. Eventually there'll be enough of them that they'll start to encourage each other. They'll get a little bit brave, and they'll come running up over this way and throw themselves against the Tesla towers, and we'll get more translucent goop like this spread around them as they get zapped. I'm actually quite surprised they're getting this close, assuming those are corpses. It's hard to tell on Gleba, it really is. Yeah, alright, spores if you prefer rather than pollution, yes, whatever. But anyway, if they're getting this close to my turrets, that's a little bit of a concern. So maybe I should start putting in some better defences. One of the things I do want to do is put in robo-towers as well, so we can have some roboport coverage and we can get these things repaired when they inevitably start to get nibbled on. There's another set of turrets up, all the way up here, protecting this plantation. Whether it's going to be enough or whether I'm going to need more, another set over here. I might put in another set over here anyway, just in case anything wriggles down this way. The deep water over here will stop anything coming down in from this direction, but it could still come in sort of around the edge here and then across down here, and might just about avoid those turrets. So yeah. What are you saying? So Nogar thinks the heating towers are a little bit broken and OP. Yeah, maybe. They are certainly producing all of my needs, but we're growing a lot of plants over here. So we're growing plants. That isn't. So it's not like we're getting power from nowhere. It's like we're cutting down enormous areas of forest and then feeding them through to be made into, and then burning that. So it's the way that power works on Gleba. In the same way that on Fulgora you get unlimited power from your lightning strikes, on Gleba you get unlimited power from converting whatever's left over from your plantations into electricity. So there are various different ways on one way or the other. And someone who'd grown up on Gleba would go over to Norvis and say, "Oh, it's so easy over here. You just dig up these green rocks and they'll produce power for ages," and so on and so on. So yeah, they all have their relatively easy ways of making power, and this does seem to be working fairly well. It is possible that if I expand much further, then I'll start to have power issues, but that's not been a problem yet. We'll see how it goes. Hello, Spawn. Welcome. Right, so what's next? I think the next thing to do is going to be to basically redo this plastic production system further down here to get it onto this bus as well, so I can start making exciting things like red circuits and low density structures, so we can start actually making rockets without having to bring in anything other than blue circuits. So let's get started on that. So how do we do that? We need to bring in the red fruits, the Yumacos, and to get out the Yumaco. We do the Yumaco mash, and then we turn the Yumaco mash and some bioflux into plastic. Okay, that seems reasonably straightforward. So over here we have Yumaco mash coming down there and then being passed straight through and mostly ignored. Fine. And we've got the bioflux as well, and that's about it. Okay. So what I think I need to do. Where shall I put this? So I haven't really left enough room in here to pull out the bioflux and the Yumaco mash, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I think what we'll assume is that I'm going to take the two belts from here. That is, where does this one go? Oh, okay, that brings all that right. Okay, so this one I need to take this belt and this belt over somewhere and then start doing the processing. So that would be, so we made the Yumaco mash actually, so we don't need to make any more of that. We just need some things to make plastic. So let's put in, let's say 3 of them, just because that's a number. I don't think I'm going to have enough mash coming through for this for the time being, but that's okay. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. And then over here we're going to have what's the recipe for this? We need to bring in 1 flux and 4 mash, and the flux is on that side anyway. That's convenient. Okay, so we'll bring in the. I'm going to stick with the green belts just in case there's any. We don't want to get any build up. So that's the. I've forgotten already. So that's the mash on the. Yeah, the mash on this side and the bioflux on the other side. So that comes down here. We'll then want to put in a new burning system a bit further down to replace this one, because I don't want to just feed it back round up to there. I should also put in another spoiling system like this, which is I'm bothered by this. This is clearly going to be a problem. However, maybe it won't be a problem once I start making plastic, because hopefully that'll chew through a lot of the bioflux. We shall see. But yeah, that'll then go down to another. Ooh, in fact, there's a thing. I can come over here. I can grab some of the freshest bioflux out of there. Oh, I've already got some bioflux. And put it into the. Oh, I've already got lots of bioflux. Put it into those machines like that. So that'll get them started. And then let's take a copy of that. Put it in down here. Like that. Amazing. Conveniently, I keep having all of the bits and pieces I need for these builds, which is very useful. That can then go down to there. That can come down to there. And I don't know what that was doing. It's something further north, probably. So I've got everything except the inserters, which is standard at how everything is going at the moment. So I need copper. Well, fortunately, copper is a luxury I now have. Soon, soon machine-crafted inserters will also be a luxury I have, and I'm kind of looking forward to that day. Long. All right, let's put the long there. Short. And yeah, we're going to have to empty everything out over here. That. I'm going to use a yellow belt for now, and then bring it down basically as far as I can, because I have this feeling that at some point I'm going to want to put in more machines making the plastic here, so I'm going to try and leave a little bit of space for them. It's not really going to work, but I'm going to kind of try. And we can then dump the the gunge out this way. So any spoilage we have is going to be sent out over this way, off to the left. There we go. And then that means this should just be plastic. Is that the only thing? I think that's the only thing that can come out of here. Plastic and trash. Yes, excellent. So bring that one out, and then somehow we'll spaghetti it out over to here, I guess. Come on, you can do this. Like that. Oh, can't reach. That's why you can't do it. Fair enough. I need... Someday I'm going to install long reach. Today is obviously not that day, but someday I'm going to have it. Yeah, the explosive trees are genuinely just, as you say, quite annoying. Oh, I'm going to have to go under that. I don't have any landfill. Yes, the explosive trees are indeed quite annoying. They're just sort of a bit silly. They do enough damage to be mildly irritating, but not enough damage to actually seriously damage anything. Where are all my inserters going? I've got inserters. Why are my robots not? I've got them turned on. Have I not got any robots? I've got some robots. Why are my robots being lazy? Oh, because you're a stack inserter. Okay. Which way around is right? So that one goes to... I'm going to have to pull up these turrets. There goes my protection against unexpected nasties, but never mind. Let's bring that around there, and then stop those running. Here we go. Here comes my delicious Yamaka mash and a few other things besides. And there we go. Some plastic. Hurrah! We have now what's named proof of concept. Why are you not running? You don't have any mash. Fine. So yeah, at this point it's working. We just could do with a bit more Yamaka mash. We could do with a bit more monster mash coming through. But we're just not getting that. It's all apple cubes or whatever that stuff was called. I forget. So up here, you're the masher. Why are you slow? Just due to lack of just due to demand really. We're getting through it as fast as it's being produced. For some reason, is it that we get more of one than the other? Let's have a look. So this one we make every time it runs, it takes in 1 Yamaka and produces 2 mash. Every time this runs, it takes in 1 jelly nut and produces 4 jelly. So we actually need twice as many machines making the mash as making the jelly in order to keep it balanced. Whether we then use the same amount of everything, I wouldn't like to say. No, this one then uses more of the Yamako. Lovely. And then down here, we don't really care because we've got enough copper. So ideally, I'd have more machines making the mash, and we'd be growing more of we are growing more of the red fruits, so we have at least got that much going for us. We've got 2 machines trying to produce those. It's coming down here and then being obviously fed all the way along here and eaten by these. And But they're not building up a backlog of it. So I think I might be going to need to put in an additional Yamako harvesting system. And also, it would be quite nice to have another one of these machines in here, but then that's going to give us some problems with belt length. Let's deal with that by just, straight up. We'll just do a green upgrade on that one. So turn that from there into, and then put it to there. And I can put in another one of these, like that. In fact, even better, I can just copy that to there. And extend the belts, of course. Then I realise I've run out of bio machines. So let's steal a few of those from up here where we have them. No, stop that. This whole area is a mess, but there's not much up here that I actually care about. So, I've just pulled up the heat source from up here. That was a mistake. Never mind. Can worry about that another time. Okay, so now we're going to be ripping through the Yamako a bit more quickly now, but we do have, at least for now, we have 50% more of the mash coming through, so that's an improvement. Oh, the explosive trees kill bots, do they? Okay, I've managed to avoid that so far, I guess, through luck or judgment. What's going on here? Okay, just massive quantities of swamp. Gleba, why are you disgusting? It does occur to me that landfill is probably cheaper than green underground belts, but I've got one, I haven't got the other, so this is what we're doing for now. Right, there is my plastic supply. So, how are we doing? We're actually getting decent amounts of plastic through. The Yamako mash is mashing through quite nicely over here. Right, I guess that means it's time to start making low-density structures. Can low-density structures be made in a funky machine of any kind? They can be made from casting. That doesn't count. I mean, it totally counts sometimes, but in this case it doesn't count. So instead I'm going to use assembly machines. Let's have 4 of them. That's 5. Counting is hard. And let's just feed it's all 3 of these. It's stuff from all 3 of these, isn't it? So what's the recipe for low density structures? It is lots of copper and plastic and a bit of steel. Okay. Copper and plastic. So if I bring... This isn't how a bus works, Laurence. You're too far down. It's on the wrong side, right side actually. No, so it doesn't matter. Oop, no, put that there. No, put that. Come on, Laurence. This is elementary Factorio. You should be able to do this. There we go. So there's my plastic and copper, and then I can get steel out a bit further down by putting in an underground like this. Another splitter here. Another splitter here that just allows steel through. Actually, it doesn't matter. Iron is cheap. Let's just do this. Let's be really, really lazy and just do that. And then all the way along here, we need stack inserters for the near stuff. We need long inserters for the far, and we need blue inserters for the unload because stuff is expensive on this planet still because I haven't automated things properly. And then we want an output belt as well, like that. And then I want to copy this and go bip. Bip, bip, and I want to put one of these in. Fine, I guess I want to put one of these in here and here or here, I suppose. There we go. I can move. Oh, I need another 2 green inserters. Fire, iron. Interesting. Let's just go over here and grab it out of these machines. That'll be easier than claiming it any other way. And now I can make 5 for them. Excellent. So that'll allow me to drop those 2 in. We'll have all of this will start working, and as you can see, we're starting to produce low density structures. Lovely. Those need to be fed over to that belt. I'm going to do this from map mode because, just because. Bring that along the bus like this. What bus there is, and then bring it over here like that. And sideload it there. I feel my bus isn't great. However, I feel my excuse for that is that I don't really have very much space, so I'm just kind of cramming things in where I can. I want to, as I was saying earlier, I want to start building up circuits and... Where's these going? Oh, up to here. Okay, that's fine. I could bring these. I could reroute these belts actually. Let's do that. When this train leaves, there we go. Run that up to there, and then across to here. Like that. There we go. Do I want to have a self-starter on the back? Yes, the bacteria breeders will self-start. That is already done. So down here we've got the top machines here will run from the fruits of what's going on here. How's that? I don't even know what that's doing. Yeah, so here we've got, as long as you can bring in some jelly, then that'll kickstart the bacteria breeders. So yes, they are fully kickstartable. Or rather, they will just grind to a halt and then automatically start themselves back up again. It should be a self-perpetuating system. There is a slight risk of it jamming up like the this one has kind of done over here. Actually, no, that one's fine. Yeah, it is a system that will just start itself back up again from scratch if and when it has a crisis. I don't think this belt is doing anything apart from having gunge on it, so I'll get rid of that. Yeah, that's probably fine. I wonder how long it takes for spoilage to spoil. The obvious answer is it doesn't. It takes a high temperature, but you know that's no fun. Oh. Is that an underwater bit? It is. There we go. There's a load of these here as well, which I guess I'll probably burn at some point. Don't really care. I do want to get rid of this belt because it's kind of in the way. I guess possibly the bioflux bacteria recipes are not ones I've discovered yet. I'm not sure. Right, what are you? Your seeds coming out. Where are your seeds coming out? Your seeds are being fed over to there. Okay, fine. So let's reverse that and bring that over the top like this, down the side like this, and join onto there like that. So I don't need any of this belt anymore because we're not going to get any any seeds coming down from the top anymore because we're simply not using that area. So get rid of that and all of this, and this will allow me to, this will free up a bit of space down here for me to do important bus related things. Important cliffs, even if there's cliffs up there. Right, so yes, that is all fine. We're a bit short of copper. Maybe I should probably put in more copper smelters. Actually, not quite sure where at this point. Possibly run some more over in this area, but that's kind of horrible, but certainly doable. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I didn't know there's a bioflux bacteria recipe actually, but I wonder if that's just one I haven't developed yet. Oh no, sorry, I am using the bioflux bacteria recipe. Yes, that's what these ones are, but I've got the top ones to kickstart it whenever it fails. So the one at the top will take in the fruit. Oh, we've run out of power. That's a concern. One at the top will take in the fruit jellies, and then the other ones will run with the to make the bacteria. Why have we run out of power? It's because you are and other similar noises. Here, have some of this. Let's get some heat going in this system. Let's put in another one of those. So we can get some power out of that gubbins. Oh, we don't have any water. That's the problem. Okay, and are you cold? Yes, you've cooled down. That's the problem. No, that way. There we go. This is potentially a disaster because there are some eggs that might be going off. Because we're not burninating them as quickly as we need to. Oh, and a piece on that corner of that. There we go. Have you now got... Yes, there we go. Now we've got water. We've got... How hot are you? Full heat. Great. So that's now working. That'll kick out some power. Yeah, there we go. Now stuff's working again. The eggs are still a priority, which is quite nice because any unwanted eggs end up on the starboard side of this belt, or the left side from the way I'm looking at it, which means they'll be taken in by these machines as a priority and burned as quickly as possible. Let's put in another copy of that, just because we have plenty of heat coming in. We have plenty of hot here. But I'm not sure how much steam and output we have. Why are these guys not spinning? No input fluid. Why? Oh, I see. Fair enough. You need a heat pipe like that. There we go. Lovely. Yes, the tower was burning stuff, but we had no electricity, so the inserters weren't putting the stuff into it. It was a multi-layer fail on that one. So yeah, we didn't have water, so we ran out of electricity, so we ran out of inserters, or the inserters ran out of doing. Oh, now because of that, we've run out of pizza down here. There is a bit of pizza coming through. Okay, yeah, there was a pizza shortage because we ran out of power, and now it's all sort of catching back up again. That's fine. I'm kind of okay with that. Right, let's get rid of this because it's not doing anything. Let's run. So this is a spoilage output. Let's run that onto there so it can carry on dumping it. And yeah, basically we're just going to now wait for the pizza to start making its way. The little white piles of pizza to start making its way through. Yeah, it's working up. Actually, I should turn these into stack inserters, shouldn't I? Have I got some stack inserters? I have got some stack inserters. Let's give you an upgrade and you an upgrade. Maybe we'll get slightly fresher pizza out doing this, actually, because now we dump it out a lot quicker. So we can pull out all of this that's only got a mere 4 minutes remaining on it. So we'll that's going to help quite a lot. And look how much more is coming through now. That's going to make a huge difference. The glebbing is glebing. Let's just put it like that. I could do with a bit more red fruit coming through. That's my current limiting factor because I've started trying to use it for plastic. Yeah, things are okay. They're not amazing. I wouldn't say things are wonderful, but they're working. They are largely they are working. Yeah. I mean, as I say, my current limiting factor, I think, is the amount of Yamako I'm harvesting. So I might need. So what I need to, I think you can create a special type. You can create a Yamako landfill or something like that. That is the right sort of landfill to put underneath these things, so they can grow more Yamako trees on it. I'm going to look into that in a moment. But first, I've been sort of just running around doing basic things like starting to use up all of my copper. Of which I already have, because it's all just magically turned into low density structures, as is the way of copper. And that's a Yamako. Oh no, listen, what's that reliant on? These gubbins is. So that's a bioflux thing. Right. So law of unintended consequences. I upgraded the amount of bioflux is being... Oh, I've got limits on these things, haven't I? That's why. Right, so yes, I'm not putting enough bioflux onto the belt now. We're using it all up. So let's tell these things to... Oh, actually, I'm not able to produce enough. But I'll increase that to 100 anyway. Which one did I just change? That one. Yeah, so I need to put another one of these in here. So that means this belt needs to come over to here. Like that. I don't care about this. I don't care about putting those limits on it. I just want these to run all the time. And I want to put in another one of these. It's going to need some long inserters. That's going to struggle. So we'll put it in anyway, see how it goes. And then put in a pair of long inserters here, like this. See how that gets on. But as ever, the problem is the shortage of your Yamaka mash. We aren't doing the Yamaka mash sufficiently effectively. This guy's really struggling, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. What if that and that and that? It's better. Not amazing, but it's better. The problem will arise if we end up with any spoilage on this splitter here. That's probably going to break it spectacularly. Oh no, I don't need to do that. It's already going out on that side there. In fact, I don't want to do that at all. I'll break things spectacularly and stupidly. Don't do that. Okay, so we're now making a bit more bioflux. And yeah, we've got a bit more copper bacteria on here. In fact, we've got more of it. We've got more of it than we have the capability to cook at the moment. So that's quite good. That's it. That's what I mean about these things. They do enough damage to be annoying and to get your bots flying around like lunatics, but not enough to actually be not enough to be an actual danger. What are you? Okay, you're a wooden spoilage. So I'm just going to blow all these up before the bots get too busy with everything, just to get rid of them, really. So yes, we have a. This is what happens. We end up with all of this bacteria, and we just need to wait for it to expire, like this. But more importantly, we need to wait for the bits in the that are trying to go into the splitter up here to expire, so we can then start pulling it round and round and round again and dispose of it. So it's a weird system that's not amazing. No, I haven't started making repair kits with an assembler yet. That I will. I've only just started making a main bus over here, so you know, one thing at a time. What goes into a repair pack, isn't it? Gears and green circuits. So I think the next thing to do is going to be to make some green circuits. I don't believe I have any EM facilities, which is a bit of a shame, but not that serious a shame, really, given what else we've got going on over here. I've also got an inventory full of spoilage, so let's get rid of some of that. Well, I got rid of some of it anyway. So let's make some green circuits. 3 of them, 2 of them. I feel that this might be enough. I don't expect to have enormous needs for green circuits on this planet. It's mostly for making sure I don't run out of assemblers. Really, I think I need this, and then I need the whatever my standard assembling build is, and that'll probably be all right. I might do some basic belt building as well, because that's going to be a thing. I'm going to run out of. Well, actually, I've got quite a lot. Eventually, I'm going to run out of belts. It is inevitable, but not just yet, I don't think. So we get some green circuits being made. So we want that in there. Actually, let's do it like this, and then output like that. You can see why I want to start building assemblers, can't you? Because doing all of this by hand is getting old pretty quickly. I've run out of iron again as well. Again, iron is not a thing I'm short of on this planet at the moment, but the required sanity and patience to build an infinite number of inserters by hand is something I'm going to run out of fairly soon. Right, so down here we want to use insert, exert. There we go. Boom, green circuits, just like that. Well, I say boom, just like that. It would help if I actually had, you know, any. Plus. Why are you building underground here? What is this? Don't be weird. Splatter. Splotter. And, alright, let's destroy that. Ow. Stupid. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. That's the step 1. Step 2 is underground here. Nope. Here. And that. And underground there. And then that. I don't get steel on there as well. That's fine. Steel is cheap enough, and I just can't be bothered. Right, so there we go. The green circuits. Boom. Thinking of exporting to make everything a Tron. On the one hand, no. Because it's an abomination. On the other hand, it's quite tempting. Because there's lots of things that need to be built. You make a good suggestion. Firstly, though, I want my whatever my inserter build at the moment is. Here it is. This seems to be my inserter build. Interesting. Apparently. Sure. You're setting off my sarcasm detector, madman. You know what to say, one crisis at a time. I'll put that in there. And then go, I have no idea what's... Oh, actually, no, I won't. I'll put that there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over there. Because that way I've got room to put in the extra machines that are going to be required to make the cogs and make the copper cables. What was on that? How? So it's cables, steel. Actually, it doesn't matter as long as I have cables, steel, green, and cogs. It doesn't matter where they go. They're all just straight inside. Oh, and reds for the for these ones, but well. Oh, and iron. That's many things. Okay. Okay, so green circuits can come down to... I've got 4 things now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have. So we need to have... Therefore, we need to have a gap of 2. And then that there. That there. That there. And there for whatever I put in here. Now, it's going to have to be something that isn't used anywhere else. Steel... If I bring steel and iron in here, speed doesn't really matter. Oh, I've run out of space already for my bus. Who designed this planet? I mean this base. I deny everything, Baldric. Okay, well this is gonna... You know what? Let's use a green in undergrounds for this. How far do they go? Probably from about here to about here? Yes, they do. You can come across here. And over here. This is all horrible. This would be less horrible if I'd left enough space, but I haven't, so this is what you're getting. This one then has to be copper by process of elimination. Right, over here we are making copper cape. Where are my red circuits going? Maybe they're going into here because I don't need copper any further down. No, I don't need copper any further down. So we're making that and that. Ooh, let's put the cogs on there because that won't get at all confusing. Amount of copper again. Right, so what I want to do here is I want to put that there, and then I guess we'll unload cables to over there. With red circuits going on the inside of this. And then we'll make... Oh dear. Wait, no, wait. Then we'll make cogs here, with them going onto the inside of this one, by having that there, and saying you're only going to allow green circuits through. Like this. And I'm going to unload it. This is awful, but never mind. Right. So that's many of the things that are needed. And many, many headaches to come. I need some of these green chests. Can make one. Great. And I've run out of copper again. Fine. Yep. Don't steal me. 2 of them. In fact, it's copper cable I need, I think. So if I steal some of this cable, then I'll... There we go. That's... Oh, I only needed 3. Okay. Where am I getting the plastic from? The plastic is coming from down all the way over here, where we're taking in Yamako mash, which is the red fruit when it's been squashed, and bioflux, which is the red things, and then turning that can be turned by magic into plastic. How much to donate? Well, you donate whatever you feel is an appropriate amount, Spawn. I'll happily take whatever you offer. I do need a thing to make some red circuits now, though, and I don't know how I'm going to get the copper belt through because I've built another abomination, although not quite as fun as the other one. I suppose it'll come through here. It could join onto the green circuit belt, I suppose. In fact, a green circuit and plastic belt would be quite handy, and I'm definitely not going to have enough throughput for that to be a problem. So why not just bring this along here and up onto here. Wait, not there. There. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, I see what could possibly go wrong. Ah, stop. Fail. This is all now too cramped and close to do anything else with it. Alright, let's forget that for the time being. It was a silly idea. No, not those ones. Ah. Right, not you. You, and actually we want everything to go every way. So do that, and then that can go under there, and under. I've run out of underground belts. Great. I need more of those. Ugh. No, green circuits do not spoil. So the only things that spoil anything that spoils will have these little white health bars underneath it to show you how much time it's got left until it spoils. So normal Factorio stuff doesn't spoil. So as soon as you turn your bacteria into copper or your fruit into plastic, it becomes inert and safe and won't spoil, thankfully. Otherwise it'd be even more of a headache. I might have to belt weave this, and I don't like belt weaving. A loaf of bread, yeah. That goes under all of that, and then I can put in a yellow underground here like that. And this way I am technically not belt weaving. At this point, I am going to put these onto the same belt because I can now at this point without scaring myself quite so much. Or scarring myself quite so much, perhaps I should say. There you go. Technically, not belt weaving. Just still a nightmare of horribleness. But, mouldy Gleba joke, yeah. Sounds about right. That one. How do I even... Sorry, I'm trying to work out if I can actually see YouTube Super Chats and similar things, because... Oh, there it is. I have no idea what 20 Zars is worth, to be honest. But I'll have to... I'll look it up another time. Oops. First, though... Right, first things first, I'm going to make some red circuits, because I am going to need those for almost everything that might go on. So let's say make some red circuits here, and... Yeah, then okay. We'll bring the abomination over once I've done this, and we can put it in up here somewhere because I don't need any of this. So the next stage is going to be demolish all of this, and then probably go in and perhaps build an abomination. It's about £1, okay. Ooh, last of the big spenders. All right, so copper cables again. Well, yeah, and I wouldn't even have tried to build it without Space Age because it wouldn't have worked. But with Space Age, it becomes a possibility. How do I want to tangle this in here? That's probably going to have to move. So I'm going to need... Yeah, I need this... I need this belt for those two. What's the quantities on this? Mostly copper cable, but it takes a while, so it probably doesn't matter. So I could bring this belt in here, this one over to here, and that would get that's those coming in, and then I could bring the copper in. Yeah, let's do this. Right, so I'll bring this belt across like that. I'll bring the copper in here. Right, I'll put in an underground like that, so I can just make the copper come straight in like that. Then we don't have any throughput problems. I can then use a long boy there, and I don't mean long. I mean stack. No, I don't. I mean bulk inserter. That's what they're called now. I can bring this along here, out along this way, and splitter it here, so we can put it into, no, so we can put it into there, and also onto my abomination of a bus. So that is, we'll put a splitter in there, so that goes happily. A splitter in there, so this one can go in happily. Like that. Feed the inputs in. This should now, apart from the lack of inserters, should be red circuits. So you need that as an input, and you need that as an input, and you need that as an output. Then I copy all of this, and I go, well, that's not going to work. There, there, and there. And then I move that one to there, just to be different. Okay, so down here, we've not managed to make anything at all, because I've not brought the iron over, due to massive spectacular fail. Okay. I'm not sure where I thought the iron was coming from, but apparently it's not there. So we'll do that. There's iron and... Wait, no, what? No, I have iron. Stop being a muppet. Stop that. The iron comes in from the top, not the bottom now. That's the difference. So we can get rid of that, that, and that. And instead put them in along here. Wait, what? No. No. Like this. Why is this difficult? Why are you making this difficult, Laurence? Just put the blue inserters in the right places. And that's everything except the red circuits that are kind of coming from over here. Right, so... Yeah, build the ones I actually want you to build. What have I run out of? Copper again. You can see why I'm keen to get this working, can't you? It's just being a bit of a faff to get the everything up and running over here. But now it should work. What are you short of? You're short of insert. What? Okay, why is this one not working? It's not got anything. Oh no, it's full of inserters. Oh, you're full of... Ah, don't have roboports. That's the problem. So I've put a roboport in here. Suddenly everything works. Well, except this one. That one's sort of expected to not work because it doesn't have... we don't have red circuits yet. I could put some construction bots in here. And then they'll build from here. And all of this should then start working. Except it doesn't because I need another stack inserter. Let's put a regular inserter in here just for the time being. Just so we can get that working. And then we get... There we go. Now we can start making the red circuits. Like... This is a slow process. There we go. There's a red circuit. It's gone the wrong way. Oh, right. Oh yes, okay. I'm sort of merging Space Age and 2.0 in my head a little, or in my explanations a little bit because I'm bad. I mean because they appeared at the same time, so I've got a little bit of a sort of there's overlap in my brain, but as to which came from where. But yes, being able to read what a being able to program and read from an assembly machine I think is a 2.0 feature as opposed to a space exploration, no, a Space Age feature. So yes, technically you are correct. But they sort of came at us about the same time. I haven't played I haven't played Space Age. Sorry, I haven't played 2.0 without Space Age. So again, in my head, they're basically the same thing. Right, we are now making inserters. We would be making them a lot faster if we had more metals coming through. If we look down here, why is there a shortage? There is a shortage because of the amount of bacteria that's coming through. Okay, so this was an inevitable possibility. This was bound to happen at some point. The production system down here is just straight up not producing enough. Why? Oh, it's actually this is not producing enough because there's not enough bioflux coming through. It's all getting turned into other more important things, and that's because we don't have enough red fruit coming in. So actually, it all comes back round to what I was talking about before. However, the system is kind of working, just not well. So at this point, I think it's time to think about trying to get it to run better, so we have a bit more red fruit coming in. So, Yamako is grown in. I don't know. It is grown. Yamako is grown. Can be planted in Yamako soil. Grows on natural Yamako soil, artificial Yamako soil, and overgrowth Yamako soil. So, what I want to do, I want to find out. I've got natural Yamako soil. That's where we're getting the Yamako from at the moment. Artificial Yamako soil. Must be placed over Yamako wetland, okay, and is seeds, nutrients, and landfill to make it. Fine. That doesn't seem too bad. It's a lot of stone to make all that landfill, but other than that, that seems okay. What is overgrowth Yamako soil? Oh, can be placed anywhere in the green biome. Right. But that requires biter eggs, which I don't currently have. I think I might have researched them, but I don't have a supply of them at the moment. Yes, but no, but grows. Here we go. So I need to make artificial Yamako soil, which I can put into Yamako wetland, which is seeds, nutrients, and landfill. Okay. I don't think you need to limit the seeds to prevent overfilling of towers. The towers will merrily fill up with seeds and still harvest the plants around them, as we'll see from this one at some point when one of these gets to 100%. So no, the seeds don't need to be limited. You can just chuck them straight down there. They don't even spoil, so there's no problem there. I could speed up this belt to reduce the latency. That is a possibility. It wouldn't help, but it is a possibility. It wouldn't help because I'd still have, say, 50. I suppose. It would help a little bit actually because let's go and have a quick look. If I don't have enough seeds, it would help a little bit. However, No, I've got plenty of seeds, so increasing the belt speed to reduce latency would not help. It would help very, very briefly, but it would not help in the long term because because we still have the same number of fruit per minute coming through, and the number of fruit per minute is insufficient. It's possible I'll need to do it in order to get more bandwidth, more fruit flowing through, but it wouldn't actually help on the total amount that I'd be creating. Belt storage. Oh dear. The fruit would be slightly fresher, that's true. Yes, that is a possible reason to do it. However, I think the fruit that's arriving down here is still it's 95% fresh, so it's not going to make that much difference. Even if we triple the belt speed, no, quadruple the belt speed, if that might bring it up to 99% fresh, which isn't an enormous jump. So I don't feel like that's a serious problem at the moment. I think the problem here is simply the quantity of bioflux that we're able to make. And as I said, a reasonable amount of the mash is getting through. So it might just be that these machines aren't fast enough, and I need more machines in here, and haven't left myself enough room, as is traditional. And now I've built an entire red circuit production facility over here as well to make things even worse. And my green circuit's production has stopped because I've run out of copper. So yeah, it might be that I need to then put in some more. Actually, there's no reason I couldn't put in more bioflux production over on this end, pulling from this belt. We just run out of purple fruits, jelly fruits, which is a bit weird. Sorry, I'm very distractible at the moment. I just don't have enough fruit coming in general, I think. So let's try and upgrade that. At the moment, it is straight up. It's both of them. So that's the problem. Well, luckily, Nogard, the machines are a bit less fussy than you are. I do indeed need the seeds to make the soil, but I can grab them off the belts because there's a plentiful supply of them. Right, so where was I with this? Yamako soil. I need a load of I need nutrients. I've already got some. I've already got 2 seeds. Let's get some more Yamako seeds because I don't think 2 nutrients, two seeds worth is going to really cut it. Here we go. So yeah, as I say, I can just grab these off the belt. That's fine. Grabbing stuff off the belt is a thing I'm used to. Oh, and I picked up some Yamako plants by mistake. Right, that is more than enough. So now I can make none because I still haven't got any nutrients. I hope this landfill doesn't go off. That would be tragic. You can have that. I've still got some bioflux actually. Where can I put this for maximum devastation? I mean effect. Probably over here. Boop. And another 74, 5, which I'm more short of. Oh, okay, fine. Right. Where was I? Oh yes, nutrients. Nutrient me. Oh, I'm picking up stuff I don't want. I'm still picking up stuff I don't want. You know what? If I go to here, nom 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 all the pizza. I should automate this really, but for now, proof of concept wise, that's allowed me to make 1, and then I've run out of stone for my landfill. I did have a stone mine somewhere over here. I think I pulled all the stone out of it though. Where was it? It was on another island. It was here. Yes, I pulled all the stone out of it, and now I've just used it all up. I used it all up. I've got enough landfill for 3 more stone. Ugh. I was not expecting stone to be a problem quite so soon. There is a distinct shortage of stone on this planet. I'm almost tempted to ship in a ship full of landfill from somewhere. Landfill, rocket capacity 20. Alright, maybe not. It was an idea. It was not apparently a good idea. Have I still got power being fed over to that other island? No, maybe that was solar powered. I've got 3 solar panels. Let's see how many drills that'll run. Sorry, I'll come back to chat in a second. I'm just trying to work out where I'm going. Oh, there it is. Soils don't expire. That's good news. You suggested something, Madman. I was probably not listening. No, transporting... I looked at the numbers. Transporting landfill between planets doesn't seem like a good idea. It's just a bit... it doesn't stack high enough. It's going to be ludicrously expensive in rockets. Now, granted, rockets aren't that expensive anymore, but even so. This is not going to be remotely enough power, is it? How bad is it? About a quarter. Okay, so I need another 9. Jelly boosts movement speed. Oh yeah, cool. Was I? Oh yeah, solar. Let's hope the turbines are producing enough of that. Oop. Whee! Okay, that's kind of fun. I appreciate knowing that. I appreciate being told that, perhaps I should say. There we go. Now we can actually, now we're mining with gusto. I say that, and night immediately falls. Hey, it didn't blow up. Sweet. At least I assume that's why we got power complaints. Oh no, no, we're... What? This must be nightfall, surely. Yeah. Better than transporting stone, yes, but there is a bit of stone out here on Gleba, so I might as well try and use what I can. Oh, at least you get 10 for each time you run this. That's not so bad. Yeah, I'm somewhat prepared for the pentapods. Don't worry. I've got some little turret pillbox things set up like this that so far. Well, actually, these ones I don't believe have done anything yet. No, these have got no kills. But the ones down, down here. This is so far racked up 142 kills, 66 kills, and the guns in the middle have done no damage yet at all. So yeah, I've got some defenses. Don't worry. I'm making sure about that. But yes, your logic is sound though, Madman. Yes, if I was going to transport it in the landfill, it would make sense to do it as landfill rather than as stone for the reasons you said. I agree with that much at least. Okay, so up here we have our red tree production, and we have some a lot of spoilage as is traditional. I have some landfill. Here we go. Artificial Yumako soil. So I need to put this in around here somehow, somewhere, just in order to grow more Yumako in the catchment area of this machine. So, oh, I see. So the yellow area is area that I can put the landfill into. The red area is area that can't be upgraded with the landfill, and the green is area that's already good enough. Okay, got it. So, if I get this, I can okay, that makes sense. So I can put it in like that, and then we can put another plant in there. Another one in there, and another one in there, and there, and there. I'm quite liking the user interface for this is quite nice actually. It gives me a good amount of information about of where I need to put these things for it to actually work. That one's going to need quite a lot. So's that one. I've only got 4 left. Oh, actually no, that one will be okay. There we go. Right, so there we go. I've now used up the Yumako soil I made, and that has now given me an extra. I wasn't actually counting because I'm a muppet, but I think it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 6 or 7 more plants. Anyway, so it's quite a lot. So that I wouldn't be surprised if I've now doubled the amount of Yumako I'm getting from there. This one is producing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there's a lot of room for expansion around that one as well. So I could get a lot of Yamako plants in this area. And, of course, that would mean more pollution. But, you know, that's part of the course. I'm far too far. Oh, no, here we go. What am I short of now? Oh, all my nutrients went off. Damn it, Gleba. Yes, you do need to fill the square fully with the soil. However, some of the squares are already part filled with the soil, so it's not quite as bad. Yes, I'd spotted that it won't plant into squares with machines. Yeah, which makes kind of sense. There's something in the way. Nom 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 nom. Yes, nom. I want to do the same with the jelly nuts as well at some point, but not just yet apparently. Oh, I've run out of stone. Let's get rid of some of my slime. Have some of that. There we go. If that's the worst I get glebbed, then I'm not too I'm not too sad. Having my inventory spoil is one thing. Having my inventory get up and start trying to bite me is something entirely different. You know what? Actually, no, I haven't got enough power to make this any better. What I should have done actually is put, you know, in fact, let's do this a bit more sensibly. To make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to run all of these round a single. I'm going to reshuffle this a little bit, because if I put in my 4 drills like this. No. Oh, no, they won't. Okay, the drills can go in 2 pairs. Maybe 3 pairs. We'll see how short of power we are. So, does anyone happen to know whether you're better off with 6 drill... If you have an amount of power which can power 4 drills to 100% and 6 drills to 0%... sorry, 6 drills to, therefore, two-thirds each. Which one gets you more stuff? Because now we've not quite got enough power, but I don't know whether that produces me more stone or less stone than if I remove one of these guys. And then we've got enough power, but we're not using all the power at this point. So some of that power that I'm wasting, would the 6th drill mean I get more out overall? I don't know. Gleba it's not been that... I don't know. How do we define difficult? It's required a lot of thinking and a lot of head scratching and me going, what? So I guess from that point of view, yes, okay, Gleba is difficult. But so far, but it's all just sort of, keep sort of working through the puzzles and be aware that, yes, you're going to have to rebuild your base a bajillion times. And it's kind of okay. So far. I've not had any of the massive attacks yet, but I've not had attacks from particularly massive critters yet. So maybe I'm being overly optimistic about this, but so far, not so bad. In case you're wondering what I'm doing at the moment, I'm looking to see which ones of these I can upgrade to being working farms with the fewest pieces of landfill, since I've only got about 10 of them. So anything that requires 2, I'm going, yep, fine, that'll do. I'll just go straight for the upgrade for that. If it requires more than 2, then I'm being a bit more... Then I'm not doing it yet. I may change my mind about whether I do it or not, but yeah. For now, while I've only got 10 pieces, I'm not doing them. Okay, these now I've gone to the ones that require 3, like these 2. I've got 4 left, so there we go. That's enough of that, and then 1 in there. And I'll fill the rest of that in later. Right, so that's giving me a little bit of a boost at least. Getting a little bit more jelly nut coming out now, because as you've Sometimes I seem to be using all the jelly nut. Right now, I'm not. So I have no. Oh, goodness knows. Let's go and put in some more Yamako as well while I'm at it. So how many do you require? So yeah, okay, that's a full 9. This one's about 5. All these are actually. That's just 1. There we go. I thought it was. Oh no. I don't know. I confused myself. Based on the density of the patch. Interesting. Yeah, exactly, Jiraiya. Does the speed of a drill scale linearly to the power? I don't know. It's the assuming. It's whether we. Yes, but you're assuming that power to machine speed to power is a linear relationship, and we don't have any. I don't have any evidence of that. It's quite possible that it is, but I at least don't know. Oh, yellow is what you can reach. Okay, this is red that I'm looking for. There's a 3 there that can do, and that's a bit more than that's a 4. Oh, some 3s across the top here, like this one. And not that one, that's a 4. And I've only got 3 left. Fine, we'll just do that and leave a gap. Still, that's gained me a couple of extra Yamakos, so that's an improvement. Passive power draw if not running. Good point. If only I knew how to make a fridge. Yeah, that's why I need to go to Aquilo to learn how to make a fridge. Gleba, yeah, Gleba is kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. It's different, and I quite like different. And that's been one of my favourite things about the whole Space Age pack is all of the different ways they've found, without really, while still following pretty much the basic rules of Factorio. Yes, they've added in some extra mechanics, but it still basically runs in a Factorio-y way. They're still managing to make the whole thing, every planet, feel very, very different, and I really like that. I think they've done that very, very well. One of them. I don't want to put it in the way of my tree growing ice. It's well outside. It's fine. Okay, so how am I doing? How am I doing now? I've got inserters being made, which is very, very nice. Otherwise, and I should have done a very, very long time ago, if I'm being quite honest. There's a lot of stuff to pull up over here. Let's have a look for boxes first and make sure I just. Oh, I've got too much inventory for the iron. I've got lots of goodies in my inventory. So let's unload some of this for now and create some inventory space, and then go and tidy up that whole area up to the north, which I'm not using anymore. Those can all go in there. And what else? I've got iron. Can I just put iron plates into the output? I mean, I can put iron plates into the output of these machines. I'm not sure it's the most effective way to get rid of them, but it kind of works. There we go. Steel I can put into the outputs of these, I guess. They're kind of full though. We've got a lot of steel. Are we actually? Oh yeah, we're using steel over here. This is where I would like to have even distribution, so I can just dump all the random trash in my inventory into machines that will appreciate it and do something useful with it. I don't have even distribution installed, so I can't do that. But I would like to. I wish I did. Have some. Get wood. Wood burns quite slowly compared to garbage, spoilage. Oh, and that fills up quite quickly when you take one of the slots out. Yeah, so the stuff that's native to this planet all burns really, really quickly. The stuff that we're pulling in from a bit further away, so stuff that's a little bit more exotic, like, wood, we burn through a little bit more slowly. And I'm kind of loath to put another one in because that's what happens. At least if I do that, we can rip through the local stuff quite quickly and then use the wood up as a backup. A load of stone, a load of concrete. I've got quite a lot of sort of useful stuff. I feel like I should be putting all of this into yellow chests, really, so that it can be claimed by the so the bots can come and grab it whenever it's needed. Oh, I've got 50 of them already. Oops, didn't even look properly. Let's put those. Let's put them up here because it's kind of out of the way, and then start putting things like power. All these sort of buildings into no, not the drills. I'm going to need those separately. All these sort of buildings into them because then I can just build stuff without needing to. I can get the bots to build stuff for me. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, good. That did go where I wanted it to in there. Okay, I think that's tidied my inventory up a little bit. I might now actually have a chance of going off and getting the dismantling everything up here. So boxes of stuff. There's a box of iron there. Let's take that. There's a box of copper ore there, which is massively oversubscribed. Right. I would started making green circuits. I forgot about that. Let's just start dismantling up here. And inventory full, inventory full. Fine. Alright, picking up all the copper ore was a mistake. Let's put that down, and all this iron. Yeah, no, God, that's what I'm saying. It depends. It depends whether it's linear, basically, and we don't know whether we don't know whether the belts, whether the drills are linear for. Yeah, we don't know whether belts are linear. Sorry, mining drills are linear based on the amount of power they have available or not. What's my deconstruction planner being weird? Hi Sphere, welcome and Merry Christmas, thank you. Polar, the design philosophy on spoilage handling is ignore this. This is an old system that is no longer in use. But in a nutcase, it's essentially just pump it straight through and burn it as quickly as possible to get rid of it. I'll show you in a moment how I've got my actual functional running system set up. Well, I shall head back down there in a moment once I've finished tidying up here. Because all of this is just this is all an old system that's no longer in use, which is why I'm just ripping all of it up as quickly as I reasonably can. Don't take these pylons out though. I still need those, I suspect. Yeah, that's taking power off to my farm up to the north, so we don't want to pull that up. Bit of tidying. There we go. That's much better. This is now an area I can expand my bus out into once I have a bit of a need of it. Yeah, the bots are a bit slow, aren't they? Can I speed them up much at the moment? I'm still trying to struggle through epic quality. That's a 5,000. That's why I'm struggling through it. Bot speed, bot speed, bot speed, bot speed, bot speed. I've got bot speeds up to 7, and it's 4,000 to get more of that. More bots. Yeah, more bots. Is probably going to be a Roboport level issue thing at the moment, I suspect. Oh, I'm full. Yes, I know. Extreme gluttony. Ores. Stones. Ores. Stones. There we go. Oh no. Full again. Jeez. Okay, I had a full box of iron ore up here that I was sort of forgotten about, I guess. Right. Don't spend a quid on one place. Yeah, it's clearly my Christmas present from you guys. Very very much appreciated. It's nice. Don't get that sort of generosity every day. Oh, okay, the local bots are coming up to help now as well. Or the ground-based, whatever you want to call them. The bots that aren't part of my inventory, aren't just running from my inventory. Yeah, adding more doesn't help when they're your personal bots, unfortunately. I've sort of added more now in that the bots are coming out to help from the bots from the base are coming out to help. So you know, it's a start. I pulled out a belt I shouldn't have pulled out. Damn it. There we go, fixed again. Okay, so now we are significantly tidier. We're still burning through this rocket fuel, so I guess I'll leave that for a little bit longer to get used up gradually. Oh yeah, as long as I have sufficient power. I feel like I've got a lot of power. I don't know if that's actually true. This is still at 1,000 degrees, and it's running off four turbines. Power is... yeah, production looks like a sort of a reasonably happy shape. I don't see any of those sort of horrible flat tops you sometimes get. Ooh, it looks like we killed some pentapods. Yeah, we don't have any of those horrible flat tops you get when you don't have enough power available. So I think we're probably okay. We got up to 14 megawatts. We've got a capacity of 25 megawatts, but I sort of don't entirely trust that because I might have left some turbines somewhere that are still plugged into the same network. No, I don't think I have, actually. Yeah, so I think, yes, we are absolutely fine for power, as long as the temperature on this doesn't dip down too low. And we're throwing enough fruit at it that I think it's probably going to be all right. How is my box of what's the word I'm looking for? Decomposition doing? The answer is it's not decomposing very well, which is a bit of a problem. My hope was, or my hope originally was that everything that goes into this box, particularly the bioflux and the nutrients, you can't send those straight into the Burnamatron. So my hope was that they would decompose quickly enough in this box that the box wouldn't fill up. That's not really being the case. The nutrients aren't too bad. They only take, I mean, even this one that's still fairly reasonably high up, that's at over 50%. It's only about 2.5 minutes. So it's absolute maximum of 5 minutes. This stuff can last for 2 hours, and so it piles up a bit in here, and we get problems potentially. Yeah, and I could take some of it out. Some of the slightly cleaner, like those, and then I could come up here and go, I want to put these into these machines, and that's fine. And it can just sit in there and maybe rot as well. I don't know. I don't really care. But yeah, it is problematic. This copper thing here is a problem too. And I left all the ores up top. Actually, it's making the ore fast enough, just about. It's the consumption of the ore that's a bit too slow at the moment. So what if I extend this over here? Like this. How far down can I go? 1, 2. Like that. And then bring this down to here. And then this out here. Putting it on the other side of the belt a problem? No, side loading there, so it's passing all through there. No, that should be fine. We'll of course need more power for all of these things, like that, and inserters like do 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 do. Why have I suddenly got? Oh yes, I was going to say why have I got so many inserters? It's because I ripped all that stuff out up north, and there's loads of inserters up there. If I thought of that, I might have gone and stolen those a bit earlier when I was having inserter shortages, but never mind. Anyway, down here, let's go and get some more of the ores and things that I generated up here. So we'll take that. And then down here, I can put it all into these machines, like that. I can put the copper I picked up into here, and likewise the steel I'm carrying. That'll run quite nicely for a moment or two. I can put some of the iron plates into these and these. Again, I'm just trying to sort of clean my inventory out a little bit because I'm full of carrying a lot more stuff around than I want to be carrying. Right, so there we go. Okay, the copper is flowing through now merrily and not being used because I chucked massive handfuls of copper ore into all of these smelters. So we can't really tell how good the production rate is until it's burnt through all of what I've just chucked in it. But I suspect this is still going to be a little bit problematic. I think we're going to have throughput issues here. We are having throughput issues here, but it is sort of coming out. What if I don't do it quite like this? What if I put in a splitter there, and then I say I want the copper ore to go on the left side? So now at least once a little bit more decays and it starts flowing, we should find the copper ore flows out quite nicely along the left side, and the bacteria just keeps going round and round on the on the other side. There we go. Now it's flowing. And it's decaying on the belts, which is kind of a slow process, but it's somewhere for it to do it. And to be fair, actually, anything that's in these machines will also be decaying, so it's not so bad. Yeah, that seems to be an improvement, actually. There is some spoilage up here that we don't seem to be able to get rid of. But that's not the end of the world, because we don't care about whether this machine runs or not. If these are running, it's probably better for them to run, although it doesn't really matter a great deal. All the resources are essentially free. It's just we need these ones to get us that boost of production. So I think this is okay. Oh, sufficient power in my suit. Yeah, that seems to be all right. Speeding this belt up wouldn't actually... It would help us... It would sort of help a little bit, but it wouldn't help all that much, because you still have the same capacity, and it's all of the... It's all the bacteria on there that we're waiting for to decompose that's slowing it down. That said, it would help a little. Let's try speeding it up and see if it helps. See if it looks any better. So upgrade up that and that. I don't expect this to really make any significant difference. Yeah, you see, it's going a little bit. It's moving quicker, but we're not getting any extra copper out at the other end. It's just going round. It's just running round and round faster, and still sitting there waiting to decay. It gets it out a tiny bit quicker, so it is. I will accept that it is slightly better, but it is only very slightly better. It's not making a huge difference, I don't think. The other possibility would be to take the would be to read how much bacteria is on the belt, and if it's greater than a certain amount, then take some of it out into a box, wait for that to decay, and then output it from there. So you'd have so like I've got over here with this box that's waiting for stuff to decay. I could do that for the bacteria as well. I need to make sure there's enough flowing around to feed these machines though, because those are the ones that will make decent amounts of it. But I could say that if there is more than 50%, if this is more than 50% full, then pull some of it out, put it into a box, and then when that empties, put it over to the other side. Well, let's try that. This could be at least a little bit interesting. So let's make a steel box because they're bigger. Put it there. Have a couple of stack inserters like that. That's not what I wanted to happen. You're going to be use filters. You're going to stop for a minute. It doesn't really matter that it's flowing down here. It'll decompose into copper fairly soon. So anyway, I only want you to unload copper ore, and I want you to run on a red cable from there to there. I want you to read belt contents from all the belts like that. Oh, all right. We need another one going over to there as well to read contents from all belts. So there's all of that at the moment, and I'd like to enable disable when the amount of copper bacteria is greater than 90, and we don't need filters. So there we go. It'll run whenever there's more than 90 on the belt. So, and then it'll put it into this box here, where it gradually disintegrates. So actually, that's working quite a lot better. I think that's a much more useful upgrade, and it's quite tempting to downgrade all of this back to yellow again to save on the expensive parts. So I think I'm going to do that. There we go. Downgrade that to cheaper belt parts, because it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. Well, maybe it is, actually. I don't know. What do I set you to 50 instead? Yeah, so the and the bacteria only has a spoilage time of a minute, so this does tend to expire pretty quickly, and we can then start pulling it out, sending it over to be used for something else. So yeah, so I think actually this is an improvement. So thank you for making me thank you for helping me think of that. How much of a difference has that made with the amount of copper coming through? I have no idea. Okay, we have more iron ore than we know what to do with at the moment. So that's good. The system over here is working. So I'm not going to worry about. Or the system over here is working adequately. That's actually, I take that back. The bacterial system is working adequately. The smelting system is not. Let's drop that down. Let's make that one actually start doing iron instead of steel, because I have a shortage of. I have a superfluity of steel and an insufficiency of iron. So I'll do that. There's a huge backlog in these machines now to get rid of, but that's fine. It will do so. But mostly the important one to get running here is the copper, because that's needed for making the low density structures, which are needed for making the rockets. Although that said, those are being made faster than they're being used. So I think at this point, Gleba is kind of finished for the time being. Let's go and have a look at how the science packs are coming through on Norvis, because this is running a bit slowly. Okay, we have a nice steady supply of the moss science over here. The belt is it this? Which belt is it? I think it's this. Yeah, it's with the yellow science. So actually, I say nice healthy supply. It's emptied to here so far. The Spock is over at Gleba trying to fill up. So it'll be a little. Yeah, we're gonna get a stoppage in the science at some point fairly soon. But at the moment, it's all working. The machine at the top is using to about 60% nus left. The one on the bottom is at also 55%. So we're only getting about half the science out of each of these, which is a bit of a shame. But we're not really. It's not like huge amounts of it is spoiling, so it's not so bad. If I hover over that, okay, yeah, you can see there 6 minutes ago, we must have had the ship arrive from Gleba. Did a big unload, so since then we've been running. The science has been running nicely. Although it's going to take an hour to finish off the epic quality, because it's as previously discussed, it's a 5,000 science. However, in the meantime, I have researched. I have not researched. I thought I'd research the new and more exciting and crueler science labs. Is that one? Yes, the bio lab. So this is a faster. This is a science lab that runs at about double speed, but I need to investigate biter egg handling. Oh, and so I need to capture a spawner. So I'm making progress towards it, but there's a fair amount of other stuff that needs to be done. Oh yeah, I think I've got Factorio set to the latest stable rather than beta version. So yes, it'll take it'll upgrade when it's ready, when a version goes stable. So not just yet. Oh, so the biolab does research is twice as fast. Oh yeah, sorry, lab productivity. That was the one I meant to care about. Where is it? Yeah, science pack drain 50%. So functionally, that is a lab productivity of plus 100%. Although it's not phrased as 100% because then it would be additive with any other boost you get, whereas it's to be multiplicative, so it's even better. So yes, very, very worth having. But I haven't. I haven't done the things yet. So that suggests that it would make sense for me to head back over to Norvis and capture a spawner, or rather, that would tell me it makes sense to start thinking about capturing a spawner and looking at how that's achieved and whether I need to do stuff on Gleba first, because I probably do. So, biter eggs are from made in a captive biter spawner. Okay, you need to. Okay, so you need to feed it, but it needs to be fed bioflux. It's buildable on Norvis. If it spoils, it creates a behemoth biter, and it takes a biter egg. Right. Okay. Fine. That's it's captive biter spawner. That's not what I'm actually looking for, though. Yes, it is. So I need to capture a biter spawner with a capture rocket. Then I need to feed it bioflux. So I need to start shipping fruit over to Norvis as well as science packs and making bioflux. Probably making bioflux here. It's made in a biochamber. Biochamber can be put anywhere. Yes, it's crafted on Gleba, but it can be placed anywhere, I think. And then can be used to feed the spawners. Okay. Oh, and I need fluoroketone, apparently. Oh, no, I can make a... Right, so I can make one, but otherwise, until then, I can just capture existing ones. So I will need a capture... I need a spawner capture rocket, which is... Is that you? Capture bot rocket. So I can target, yeah, biter spawner or spitter spawner, fine. Presumably I need a rocket launcher to go with that. Makes sense. Yes, ammo category rocket, fine. Steel, processing, fine, and bioflux. Okay. And does it expire? Does this expire? No. So it would make sense to make... I'd have to make flying robot frames, but it would make sense to make these on Gleba and then bring them back to Norvis and go around and shoot a couple of biter spawners. Try and quickly harvest what I need from them before they go off. And then... then who knows? Run away screaming, probably. So what did I want this... What did I even want this for? Oh, yes, for the biolabs. Which is probably going to require... Also going to require food, I imagine. Just because, of course, why wouldn't it? No, maybe not. Okay, maybe that is just a building then. But it does require biter eggs, which will come out of my captured biter spawner. Which will then need to be fed. So I'll need to bring a quantity of bioflux back anyway. So that, given that I'm going to need to bring a load of bioflux back with me in order to feed to the spawner, and then somehow I'm going to need to isolate a spawner and capture it. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So the ones that stick out most obviously for capture are these two over here, because there's only two of them, and they're out on a little area all on their own. And also, I've got robo coverage nearly out to them, and I've got an outpost here already. So it'd be quite straightforward to destroy these two bases, put a wall in across here somewhere, and then I can capture this one here as well. All right, so that's going to be so there's going to be an ongoing demand for bioflux for keeping this thing alive. So making bioflux requires... Why am I going up there? Let's look in the Wikipedia again. Making bioflux requires the two types of fruit. Where are they? Are they in here? Yes, they are. And bioflux itself lasts for 2 hours before it spoils. The fruits last for 1 hour each. Okay, so the thing to do here is to create bioflux and take the freshest of the bioflux I possibly can and put it in a rocket. The rocket can then, or make it available to a rocket at least. Yeah, I think that shouldn't be too hard. Make it available to the rocket. The rocket can then launch with that instead of the... this one isn't doing automatic requests, it's just being loaded up with the these things. So I'd need another rocket silo, which means I need to build another rocket silo, which is a pain in the wasp, and then plumb in all of the inputs for it. Still, it's not too bad. It's certainly manageable. And then, yeah, then I can ship that probably in the science rocket, because it does seem to fly off. It seems to fly often enough, and even if I'm not doing bioscience, it'll still fly often enough to be even if I'm not doing bioscience, it'll still fly just as often, and it'll just be wasting the science at the science packs at the other end. So right, I need another. So first things first, I need another rocket silo. One of these guys. These are pricey, as we've noted. I need 1,000 concrete and 1,000 steel, and I have 300 concrete, 320 concrete to be fair. But concrete is just iron ore and water. Water we have in plentiful supply. Iron ore we have some of. I think I need to put in a copy of this to start pulling the iron ore out a bit quicker now. Now that I've started actually cooking it, using it fast enough, there is suddenly a shortage. So let's do that first. I feel like I feel like I need a stack in front of me. So it's sort of just a spike of paper, and each time a spike of metal, and each time I think of the thing that I need to do in order to get to where I'm trying to get to, I write it down on a piece of paper and smack it onto that onto the stack, and then can come back to it later. So how did I fix this over here? I put in another splitter down here like this, like this, and I put the iron ore onto the right hand side of this one, like that, because the bacteria. Yeah, so the bacteria still goes on the inside of this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we upgrade this to a blue underground like this. There we go. There we go. It runs through there merrily, and then I can put yes. Then we put in a green inserters here, and wait, you're supposed to be using filters. You're only doing iron ore. Yeah, you're just gonna have to hold. Actually, it's about to expire. That's fine. And you. Link up to those and read, hold, all, read, hold, all, and then you run when there is iron bacteria is greater than what did I say? I said 50 on the other one, I think. There we go. So okay, we've broken it a little bit for the moment, but it'll be okay. It'll catch up. This one will run when it gets managed to get rid of its spoilage. So if the system fails, then this will kickstart it again, and it'll start running. And because I've set a limit on here now, the bacteria will make their way around down here and be pulled out to go into these biochambers again. But yeah, we just need to remove all the junk from these ones first. Oh, there we go. There's some bacteria flowing around now. So they come round this way. They don't get picked up by that because I set a limiter on it. So these machines pick them up, and we start cooking the bacteria again. Lovely. So that's now working as we expect it to. We're even managing to unload all of the slime, the bio waste products from over here. So we still don't quite have enough iron ore coming out, but the system is now going in the right direction. There we go. We've got enough bacteria on the belt that we can pull some of it out, store it in this box over here, and then get it out when it turns into actual iron ore. So that's now running the same way the copper system is running. As we can see, that's clearly become enough. However, I say clearly become enough. We've got where is it? Yeah. So it's all coming out to here. So actually, I kind of need to get that to go both ways, so these smelters will run, because that's a problem at the moment. How am I going to fit that in? I guess I'll put that there with a belt here and a splitter here, and then do that and that. And then that. Okay, there we go. Now we have a plentiful supply of copper going both ways, and yeah, we can now run all of the furnaces. And I might actually need to put in more furnaces over here as well. How are we doing for iron? The iron is... Where's the iron all going? Oh, it's going into green circuits and inserters. Most of the inserters are... Yeah, okay. The inserters will eventually catch up, so that's fine. Copper is all merrily going into making the low density structures. That's good. That's what we expect. Okay, so having just faffed around with all of that, the next thing to do is put down an assembly machine down here to make concrete. Somewhere down here where it's a bit stinky. So I want you to make concrete. Oh, it needs stone bricks as well. Ah. Okay. I feel like water is the one easy part of this whole thing. Because I can just get that from here. I'm going to need to go get some stone. Have I got anything I can chuck in here while I'm waiting? Yes, all of that. Burn through that and all of that as well. There we go. Let's go and get some more stone. It's funny how each different planet has its own challenge is the wrong word, because every planet, of course, the planets all have their challenges. But each planet has its own thing that makes you go, oh, not that particular thing again. Like and certainly on Fulgora, initially it was I could have done more inventory space. Initially it was green circuits. I just didn't have enough green circuits, and I was sort of struggling to recycle the blues fast enough to get the number of greens I needed. Here it's stone of all things. That's the massive shortage, which seems very strange given what Factorio is normally like for stone. On the other one, Vulcanus, I forget what the shortage was over there actually, but I'm sure there was something that you go, well, how on earth am I short of that? That's just a thing that there's always a huge supply of. But yeah, it's too much stone sometimes on Vulcanus. You're quite right. If only I had the magic teleport chests from space exploration. But of course, if I did, I wouldn't have them yet because it's far too early in the game for that sort of end game tech. There we go. It's not going to run much of the time, but it'll run some of the time. In fact, if I put some of that in there to start with. There we go. What do I have that are called platforms? Oh, yeah, spaceships. Yeah, yes, okay. They're all, yes. They are all different. They are technically infinite resource. No, they are in fact infinite resources. It's the building up a system that will use those infinite resources in a nice way, or in the right way to get everything running. That's the tricky part. I haven't worked out how to get sulfur on Gleba yet, actually. I'm sure it's fairly straightforward, but I haven't worked it out. Just because I haven't actually really needed it. I considered it last time, I think, but I didn't really look into it. Water and petroleum gas. Okay. Oh, alternative recipes, biosulfur. There we go. This is going to be how you do it. Spoilage and bioflux. Okay. Fair enough. So that's going to be fairly easy to make, and that'll allow me to make sulfuric acid in order to make the blue circuits, and then I could make rockets on this planet. At the moment, I'm still sort of churning through the Yeah, actually getting through this rocket fuel very, very slowly. And finally, I've got a plentiful supply of the low density structures, so that's going well. It's just that it is just the blue circuits now that are not being made locally. I guess that's something I don't know. They're being brought in by spaceships, so it's kind of okay. But they're being brought in for Fulgora, and as you say, they're technically not infinite there. The nutrients are backing up quite a lot. I should probably do something about it. I should probably speed that up all the way through, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, that sucks. It's going to be limited by that piece of blue belt in there. Blue belt is a limiting factor. Who'd have thought it? Right, there we go. Now that's green belt all the way through. On the plus side, that means fresher nutrients down here. On the minus side, this has to work. This inserter has to work harder. I could have a biolab running off this and taking the spoilage out of it, and then tell this one to only run when there's more than a certain amount of spoilage in it. That would work. Yeah. Although I'd have to replumb this plastic belt. Not that's a serious problem. What was okay? So yes, we're making thingy over here, concrete over here. Just make 1,000 for me. Steel. I should gather the steel off the belt rather than assume I'm going to do it manually because that's crazy. Let's put that there, that there, and tell you to filter to just steel, and then rotate. There we go. I can fill that up to there. So it's going to be my 1,000 steel. Put some more stone in here because I've got it and I want to get rid of it. As ever, too much spoilage to get rid of, that I want to get rid of, and a load of seeds. I could just burn them, to be honest. The bioflux is going to turn into spoilage sooner or later, so I'll chuck it in there, out the way. Wood, I still have lots of that that I haven't got rid of yet. Okay, so we're making some good progress here. I'm going to need another stack of iron probably to make all the pipes I need for the spaceship for the rocket silo. In fact, you know what? Let's put down a rocket assembler here. Tell this to make the rocket silo, and then we can just chuck the stuff into it that we need. Yes, copper, steel, and plastic on Gleba. You're quite right. So that's how I'm making the low density structures. The one thing I didn't have for blue circuits, as I was saying earlier, is the sulfur. Need to make, how many pipes do I need? Is it 200? No, 100. Okay. Meh. So you can make those pipes for me. I'm not going to do that in my pockets because I'm feeling lazy. Go. So that's the pipes. The steel's being collected. The concrete's being manufactured over here. Okay, so that's going to be my additional secondary rocket silo, which I'm going to put up here, and I'm going to start putting the bioflux into, trying to keep fresh bioflux going into it as much as I can. Yes, I do have provider chests and requester chests. I'm not actually building them on this planet, I don't think. No, I'm not building any chests on this planet, but I am using green chests over here. You'll notice, and they come with the blue and the red ones. And now we don't. Now, because I was stealing all the steel machines to steal them for iron, I don't have enough. I don't have enough steel being made anymore. Great. I guess, given that I've got all this stone available now, I could make an enormous quantity of landfill and extend my iron production further down this way once the concrete's finished, and I'll just rip that out. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way to do it. So come over here to here, and I can grab from there, and I can make all of that into landfill. I can grab from there and make it all into land. That's not very much landfill. Grab from there, make it all into landfill. Grab from there, make it all into landfill. That's not as much. I'm not making as much landfill as I was expecting to. But I'm making some at least, so that's a good start. It is interesting sticking a little mining outpost in like that and not having to worry about pollution from it, because it's completely safe, because it's not producing the spores that the pentas care about. It's just producing regular old CO2 and other miscellaneous grotty things. Oh, how am I doing for power now? Are we still okay? Yes, still absolutely fine. Still good and hot. Excellent. I'm going to put in another pair of these, just because it seems like a good idea. Yeah. Just so I make sure I don't run out of power at any point in the... Well, at any point, ideally. Then, along here, pull up all of that. Copy that. 1, 2. How much have you made? 560. Nope, not that. There. 980. We need another 20. Come on, machine. You can do it. 10. 20! Yeah, right, stop. Stop it. Stop it. All of you, stop it. Right, that's enough of that. And I need a quantity. Oh, that's why I was getting through the steel so quickly. It's because I'm stealing it all to make into a rocket silo. Maybe I didn't need to swap that around so much. I still need another 300 of it though, so it's a good thing I sped it up a bit. But down here now, I can forget how these things work. I can come in here and I can landfill down here a little bit. What does that say? Can I run a belt across it though? I can run a belt across it. I don't care what I need to fill up. Whatever the hell that was. God, this planet's weird. Why does Chloe like this planet so much? I'm sure it's for some disgusting reason. Free metals and plastic. Yeah, I guess that's a... Yeah, it does have that going for it, I suppose. Splitter goes there, and then inserters, biff, baff, boff, buff, biff, boff, baff, beff. Right, I think I don't have sufficient roboport coverage. Otherwise I'd have had this built by now. Yeah, there we go. So another roboport in down here somewhere. Ideally there. Can I build there? I can build there. Can't power there, or at least I'm not powering there. But that could be fixed. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so that's going to increase my iron flow by a decent chunk. I could put in more if I was prepared to deal with a bit more swampland. I'm not an ogre though, so I'm tempted to just sort of ignore it. How much steel have I got? Not very. 66. How much have I got if I just pull it off the belt up here? Yeah, I can see that. It's the resources are indeed all completely free, because if you pull up enough fruit, then you can get whatever resources you need. There's a certain amount of faff in the building of it all, though. So whilst they are, yes, they are free. You're not wrong. There is a certain effort cost in order to get them, especially when you're not fully glebbed up and not entirely with it, as it were. So yeah, I mostly agree. Right, where to put this thing? So I want it to be. Ooh, I could put it in here. Lose a couple of those turrets, but they could be moved a little bit closer to an even better position. Yeah, let's do that. So pull up that and that. Oh, I can't copy them with the ammunition, can I? There and there. Put some ammunition in them. So far, we haven't had an escape from the pods down, from the things down there. So, but it doesn't mean I want to chance it. Okay, so that rocket silo. Okay. I'm going to put you in here. So that means I need to remove these pipes. Put this here. Then I need to run the pipe from here, because we need this to have water. It'd be very bad if it doesn't. We will have egg-related problems. And what I was just saying about not having to worry about the eggs will suddenly become not true. There we go. So that got water to there. We also need to get water down here, or we're going to have power-related problems, which are also extremely bad. No, there to there, and then there to there, and pipe. Could I have one more piece of pipe, please? There we go. Nice. Right, so that's fixed all the places up. No, it hasn't. One more. Oop. There we go. Now we once again have water everywhere we need it. So that's going to keep everything running nicely. What is the plan? The plan at the moment is to. I'm trying to work towards making the advanced science labs. So at the moment that means trying to means at the moment I need to go off and capture a biter spawner and start feeding it and start feeding it nutrients in order to get not nutrients, specifically the the red things that are flowing through along here. I need to feed it some of those in order to get it to then produce biter eggs. There's some process anyway in order. So I'm working towards trying to get those. That's the current shenanigan. So if I put in a inserter there and there, there isn't room. This pipe's in the way. Ah, I just placed this. Let's place it again. Nope. There and there. And then I'll put corners on there and there. Then if I pull out that one, there we go, that fills up. And then pull out this one, it can drain into there. There we go. That's giving me a little bit more space to play with. So, where are my inserters? There's my inserters. So I'll insert that there, and I'll put a. I want to put a red chest between the two. That requires some steel. I've used up all my steel. Ah, you can stop filling it with steel now. Then I'll put down a red provider chest in here, and I want to then link that to there, and I want you to run when there's more than 20 in the box. Then I will put that there and that there, and I will tell that to filter these things to the right. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, no. No, we don't go. Ah! All wrong, all wrong. Wait. Oh, this is all problematic. Right. Put that there. Take that out for the time being. And then link that up to there. And run when... let's try this again. When bioflux is greater than 20. So 20, not 2. 20. That's now got it onto the bottom side again. So that'll stop being a horrible mess like it was a moment ago. So there we go. We're capturing all of the bioflux that's coming through. We're storing it in this box until we've got at least 20 of it. And then we're chucking it back out onto the belt. So essentially it's just going to keep flowing as it was before. But with a little bit of a stockpile in this box here. So that can be stolen. Oh hell no, that won't work because it needs to be enough for a full rocket before a rocket will bother even consider coming over to pick it up. So that's not going to work. How much is a full stack of this stuff? A full rocket of this stuff, sorry. 1,000. Oh, I don't really want to stock. I don't want to stockpile 1,000 in there, really. Yes, you're quite right, Tristan. Just done. Yeah, I thought of that just about in time. So yeah, that's going to need to be 1,200, which is a lot. I mean, it does last for quite a long time, admittedly. I'm taking out the most spoiled. But the idea of this is to keep this decently fresh. I don't want to just pull from down here, because in theory this is the least fresh. Let's remove the priority and let's filter you to just bioflux. And then let's take that out again. So this way we're only passing half of it into there for the time being while we fill this up. Which means the rest of the factory can carry on working. We're not going to get an egg crisis. Not getting an egg crisis is very important. As I'm sure you can imagine. It maybe, Tristan, essentially, maybe it would be better to have it after the science. However, I want the bioflux we're shipping over to Norvis to be as fresh as possible because I suppose it does last for 2 hours. Hard to say. 2 hours is a decent amount of time, I suppose. Maybe I should just turn that into a. Maybe I should just have it capture the bioflux down here. That's not too far away from that. I was going to be carrying 1,000 of it over. Okay, I have a different idea. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to empty all that back out again. Right, what I'm going to do instead is split out the bioflux over here. If we ever get any. Problem is the spoilage. So my thought was I'll bring the bioflux out here when this requires it and then feed it in directly when there's demand. But there's going to be some spoilage. But maybe that doesn't matter. We can just ship. We can just ship out a little bit of spoilage as a treat. So if here we say read orbital requests, enable when spoilage greater than 0. Not spoilage. That stuff is greater than 0. And then feed it down here and dump it into the rocket. So we are going to get a certain amount of spoilage being transported. Oh no, because it won't auto launch if there's any spoilage in it. So that needs to just be bioflux being put into it. The problem is, the risk is this bioflux that's just sitting here and gradually spoiling. Spoilage out to the right. Where can I put this? Oh, an inserter to take the spoilage out. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, that works better. Yeah, that's a much better idea. So we'll do that, and then I still have to work out where to put it, but at least then it's a bit more, yes, a bit more going to work. I could put it there, actually. That should get rid of it without too much difficulty. Right, so when a spaceship asks for some bioflux, we'll allow the bioflux through from here. We'll take out any spoiled, chuck it onto the out this way, to dispose of it. Is there a reason I can't take it off the main belt? Let's think about this. It would take all of it. This way it'll only take 50%. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think if there is a reason. It would. No, I don't think there is a reason not to just take it off the main belt now you mention it. After all that. Right, okay, let's move this. One to the side like that. Okay, that's it. Let's take that away. If it spoils, in theory, it should be taken. It will take. Will it take that back out again? Yes, it will. Excellent. I'm going to need to do that to get the parts in, but that's not a problem. Also going to need to do this to get my blue circuits out. Blue. Could have used an underground, didn't. Doesn't matter. Right. Oh, no. Don't do that. There we go. So we now start building the rocket over here. And this will launch up with... oh, yeah, so we don't need any of this. We get rid of that. And don't need any of this. Do need an inserter here that is going to be filtered to just bioflux and is going to run from connected to there, is going to enable when bioflux is greater than 0. Are we still reading your... We are, so now I can rotate that like that. There we go. So as the bioflux, if the bioflux is ever made, there we go, here it comes. As it comes past, it will grab it, put it into the rocket, ready to go. Phew! That's true. That could be, yeah. Instead of that, that could be there. Yeah. Yep, that's much easier. Right, okay, this is... The concept has been... There was the concept, and now it's been massively tidied up. So yes, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, the next thing to do is going to be to have the spaceship start requesting it. Where are you at the moment? Norvis, okay. And you are presumably sitting here while you make ammunition. Yes, you are. So I would also like to request this stuff from Gleba. Good. I'd like 1,000 because that's the amount you can. That's one rocket, I believe. Yes, 1,000. Item count, cargo, that one, greater than or equal to 1,000. You're correct, Anton. Have I screwed up that one up? Because they shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an. It's not an automatic request, so it's okay. It will just load up from here with the bioflux. So that was set correctly. But you're quite right. That tick there needs to not be ticked, basically. Ooh, and we have a rocket. Nice. Okay. Oh, while I'm at it, the Spock needs to the other end. Oh, only request 0. All right. I guess we'll. Yeah, when we run out completely of both of those, or either of those, then I'll set back off again. So in the meantime, I do need to go over to Norvis and say I would like to start requesting another thing over here. We also want to have 200 of these sitting down here as well. Oh no, I put another couple of those in. That's all right then. Let's have room for more. For when I inevitably go, oh no, there's my spaceship landing area isn't big enough. I think I've got landfill on Norvis. Probably have. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do? Apart from, come back to Norvis, make the weapon thing, and start working. And go off and capture something. Let's have a look. Right, so this counts as a weapon. It was on the rockets. It was that one. Steel processing units flying with rope frames and bioflux. Yeah, okay. So I need to make sure I get on the next ship back from next ship back to Norvis and go over and give it a shot. Because I think this area is basically self-contained now. It is working. TM. We've got plenty of plenty of low density structures coming through. The rocket fuel, I believe, is being produced successfully. Where is it being produced from? Or is it? It's not. We're not producing rocket fuel. Oops. I thought we were previously, but I've pulled that up. Okay, what's the biological way of making rocket fuel? What am I looking here? Rocket fuel is that one. Rocket fuel from jelly. Lol, you jelly. Bioflux, jelly, and water. Presumably that was in a biochamber. I just assumed because everything else is. I've lost it again. Bioflux, jelly, water in a biochamber. Bioflux, jelly, and water. So that's just down here. We do eventually get bioflux jelly, bioflux and jelly coming along here. So I'll put that in there. I tell it I want it to do. Oh, we've got nutrients as well. That's handy because since it needs to be done in one of these things. I'd like to make rocket fuel. Not that way. I'd like to make rocket fuel from slime. That one. Oh, okay. So dangerous spawners stay dangerous, or continue to be dangerous. Great. Just what I need. Thank you for the warning. And I need inserts along here like that and that. And I need an additional one for getting rid of spoilage, as it's traditional. I'm starting to get used to this planet, can you tell? And then I need another one up here for removing rocket fuel. And then I need an underground in here somewhere. No, I don't. I need it to run out all the way up here. And go onto the other side of this belt somehow. You know what? I'm going to do that even though it's wrong. Boom. Oh yeah, I should start making repair packs. That was the thing. Right, there we go. So we've got rocket fuel coming along here to go on the other side of this. And if I just go down to here and go, yes please, nom 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 nom. Pull all the, okay. Do that as well. Num 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 num. There we go. Right, that's working. So into here, have all the low density, where are they? Low density structures you could eat, and you might as well have the rocket fuel as well. Same with you. You can have the rest of the low density structures and the rocket fuel, and a little bit more rocket fuel. No, no more rocket fuel. Oh, it started loading. Excellent. That's now going to starve absolutely everything else in the factory, but actually it's not, because the inserter isn't quite as good at grabbing as it might be. But it'll load up from there. Nice. The rocket fuel meter is going to struggle down here because the amount of bioflux isn't coming through. However, I guess I can come down here. I can steal a couple of stacks of this and just chuck it into here. It's kind of cheating, but you know, to get things started, I'm happy to cheat a little bit. Gloop gloop gloop. Lovely. And now it's just waiting for the jelly cubes to come through. That's now the limiting factor. So presumably, oh, eventually this rocket will, yeah, okay, it'll fill up as it does. Oh, I see what you mean, Tristan. Yeah, yeah. I don't know whether I want the turrets to target the nest I've captured, or if it goes feral or not. I suppose it will still shoot any biters that come out of it, so that's okay. Hey, I've only nuked my own base once. That wasn't it's not like that happens regularly. The creating spaghetti though, yes, that happens pretty much every week. I will not. I'm not going to deny that at all. Yeah, still shortage of jelly there for the nutrients, for the rocket fuel. Sorry. How are we doing here? 330. I sort of want to have an additional machine making the nutrient stuff. Why are you? What's wrong with you? Oh, you don't have enough Yamaka mash. Sneaking past. Interesting, I put in an additional machine to make it and it's still not enough. Do I need to speed module this? Do I have speed modules? I don't have speed modules, I can't speed module it. I would like to speed module it, but I don't seem to be able to. Oh yeah, pockets. That's a good point. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this is filling up quite slowly, and by the time it fills up, I'm not going to have quite as much time left on that as I would have ideally liked to. Oh, you know what? What's good down here? That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's 32. Okay, now we're nearly there. Top that up a little bit more and we'll be ready. Yes, emptying my pockets is an excellent point. I shall do so into these iron chests here, because that's what I've got. How much of this is going to turn to slime by the time I get back? I don't know. Right, can I... Can't travel with it. Oh, ammunition. Oh, I clicked too slowly. I was sort of... It filled up more quickly than I was expecting it to. Alright, let's do the travel in this one. And I want to go to the Spock. Launch time. Yes, emptying the pockets is one thing. Remembering to empty my bandolier is apparently slightly harder. But here we go. Pop. Whoosh. I bet I've forgotten something really important. I might have escaped, but I still have to worry about that planet in general, and so I'll probably end up going back at some point. Right, are you now happy? You are, you're very happy. Are you going? No. Why are you not going? Happy, happy, happy. Stationary. Stationary. What? What? It's on. Oh, there's another rocket arriving. Okay, that's why. Now we're going. So how is it? How fresh is all the stuff we've got here? Did it just bring one? No, it probably didn't bring one more up. Just looks like it. So that's a 39 minutes. That's not bad. 1 hour and a bit. Hour and 13. Hour and 22. Hour 24. Hour 40. Nice. Yeah. So that seems to be the worst off. The hour and 3 minutes. Okay. Well, we'll try and use that one first for making the actual rocket thing we need, and then go off capture it and see how we go from there. As I say, I think I'm going to build out a bit more of a I'll build out in theory a defensive wall across here. Take out these nests. How have I been fighting stuff? I don't have artillery yet, do I? I guess I've just been going out there with green ammo and shooting things. Not sure I like that. Oh no, I've got a tank somewhere, haven't I? There it is. Let's bring it down to pick me up. Let's try and stay inside mostly inside the radar area. Oh, you don't actually need to stay inside the radar area. You can still see what. Oh, my radar area is bigger. No, I was looking at the roboport area because I'm a Muppet. If only I brought back some of that good third tier, whatever it is, the better solid fuel from Fulgora. That could be quite nice. So as long as you can guess where the tank's going, you can still try and drive it even if you can't see it. That sounds fair enough. I'm assuming the tank doesn't have its own built-in radar anyway. Alright, so plan is to essentially we'll hop out roboports, I guess, from here and here and stuff like that. I'll be wanting to build basically something like this. It goes across. If If I go across here, then I can claim that oil patch as well. Not to have any sort of particular shortage of oil at the moment. If I place that there, I'm not going to be able to see it, so I won't be able to place any more. I think it's about there, but I can't tell. No, I haven't made belt immunity equipment. Most of the time, I guess from space exploration, I got quite used to doing stuff remotely, and it does sometimes annoy me a bit, admittedly, but I haven't got annoyed enough with it yet to have made one, essentially. Oh, got a little bit further to go than I thought. Is there anything else I can do in order to prepare? I could put down a robo grid here, but then I'm not going to be able to. I could put one here, and I could super ultra mega force one here, but it's probably going to get spat at. I don't want to put them out too far. I don't really want to put them out over here because they'll get attacked, and I'm not ready for that yet. I think I'm just going to do, wait until I get there, and then where is it? Drop to planet. I want to drop to Norvis. It feels like coming home. This is the first time I've been back to Norvis since I did all of the since I left on my way to Fulgora. That's quite cool. So yeah, a homecoming. Plop. Plib. Right. I'm going to need some of that green ammunition I was talking about. Yep. Have I got tank ammo? I've got red ammo in the tank. Fine. Don't have tank ammunition. Tank shells apparently. I do have an enormous red circuit production facility. I'm just going to have to. Actually, I could probably drive. No, I might be able to drive through the middle of it, but it's probably going to go wrong if I do. So I'm not going to try. It's nice to see that I actually seem to have enough red circuits now. Ha! That's a good point. I didn't think my cunning plan all the way through. I mostly got in the tank to use because I was going to go and use it for the combat up at the top, and then I just sort of assumed it'd be quicker than running to get myself around. But yes, you're right. Running is a lot quicker than using the tank, so we'll do that. In fact, I'll pick the tank up. That'll be quick. I'll pick the tank up and carry it in my pockets. That's going to be a much better way of doing that. Why are we not getting any ammunition through? What the hell is going on with my ammunition production? I've got a train full of red ammo here. I've got a box full of red ammo here that's loading the train. Fine. And I've got this that's supposed to be taking it away, but isn't. Yes, Madman. That's an excellent way of looking at it. So yeah, this is clearly supposed to be coming in along here, but isn't it? That is just red. It's red ammo you need, isn't it? And yeah, uranium. Who designed this thing, honestly? More to the point, how did it ever work? Doopy-doopy-doo. Put one of them in. There'll do. Right, now I can remove that, and I can put in a splitter there. And a belt there. Then we'll start having green ammo. Have the machines ever run them? No. So where did all the green ammo I was using come from? Oh, over here. Right. Oh, I see. This is for when I was... Yeah, this was set up for when I was ready to start loading the train with uranium ammunition, and I hadn't really got to that point. So actually, where did I put the tank? There's the tank. Actually, I want to grab my green ammunition from over here, somewhere up here. That's a lot of green ammo. Should keep me busy should keep the biters happy for a while. And then wait, oh yeah, no, some of you just out of stuff to dig up. That's fine. Excuse me. Right, let's give this a go. That weapon. Okay, so this one dead ahead of me, I want to destroy. Ah! That did not go to plan. That did not go to plan at all. Okay, I was not expecting the tanks. I don't know. I just drove into all the biters. Just terrible driving. Hey, Anish. Going okay, apart from when I try and attack biters. Oh, my power armor's up there now. That's going to be really annoying. Right. How far am I off researching artillery? I've got artillery. Let's just make some artillery. Yeah, Norvis is far more dangerous than Gleba. That's pretty much a given. Also, I'm just a bit overconfident, I suspect. Right. Artillery. Iron gear. Oh, tungsten. Need to bring tungsten back here to make artillery. Ugh. Ugh, says I. I mean, at least it won't decay, and so I could just bring a load of it back and then just have it sit there. But ugh, nonetheless. Okay. Have we got any Tesla turrets on this planet? Probably not. I've not looked up how to make the shells either, actually. That's a good point. Oh, calcite as well. Okay, so that's another... I think I've already brought some calcite over. I had a need for it for some reason. Right, let's make... I can make modular armor. That's probably the best that isn't modular armor is probably the first one that isn't the first one that is the best one that isn't complicated to make. I just need some red circuits. So make an SMG, make a modular armor. Let's go. I'm not certain either. Oh, gun turrets would be useful as well, actually. And a roboport, and this is going to be somewhat painful because I got quite a long way in amongst the biters before I got killed. Yes, let's go and see. Let's see how I get on with this. If this goes badly, then I'll probably make another tank and go in a bit more carefully and. That might be the best. Building another tank is probably the sensible way to do this anyway, but I'm going to see what I can do with a little bit of turret creep first. Oh yeah, changing ammo would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Thank you. And I was intending for the most of the shooting to be done by the turrets, to be honest. But yes, having a gun that isn't terrible would also be very useful. At least my factory isn't all that big, so it hasn't taken me that long to run back to the front lines to deal with things, or to try to deal with things. My biggest concern is that there's a handful of worms still up there. I can hear them getting tumescent and excited. Oh dear, I was afraid of that. Nope, that one's still in range too. Right, that's awkward. Because that worm massively out... It's a behemoth, oh dear. Yeah, okay, that worm massively outranges my turrets. So turret creep is going to be awkward. The worm's massively out... The biter's massively out everything me. Let's kite them in and... They're not getting minced quite as quickly as I was hoping. Yeah, this is definitely a sort of, by this point of the game, you should have better gear moment, isn't it? Okay. I think I might be going to need a tank. Yeah, this just isn't going to be realistic, I don't think. The turrets are fine. But I feel like this is going to be a one false move, and I'm going to be dead because the biters are massively OP now. I've got a weapon that does a lot of damage, but I think I'm a real glass cannon here. I'm going as soon as I start if I get hit at all, it's probably going to be an immediate death. Baiting worm spit while placing turrets, maybe. I was using red ammo last time in my SMG. I might have been actually. I meant to grab the green and put it in my gun, but whoop. Ow. Okay, I'm not quite as weak as I thought I was. I was expecting just a single hit from one of the from the behemoth worms to be an instant fatality, but either that didn't come from the worm and actually came from a spitter, or I'm not quite as weak as I thought I was going to. But actually, I'm going to heal up a bit more before I go back up there. Although while I'm healing up, they're healing up as well, so maybe it's not such a great idea. Why do you... Oh. Do the large biters have to be quite so fast as well? Maybe I should go and invent laser turrets or something. The other problem is there's even more biters coming in from the other nest. Shoot, you idiot! I'm not even... Oh, it's another... I was going to say I'm not even sure how far I need to go, but apparently it's 90 meters. So, yeah, that's... at least we know that much. Oh, I got the big one. Ow. It's raining green. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, fishing. That's all right. Let's get some fish and see if I can remember how to... Yeah, because I'm not actually... I'm not using grenades or anything. So fish will be... I'll be perfectly capable of using fish. How do you fish? Right click now. Okay. Right, so there's the remains of my tank. I don't think I got much further than that. But then there's another 2 behemoth worms and a big worm. This is true, fish are very OP. Ow. I just need to remember which keys to hammer on when I get scared. Oh, not quite OP enough though. I was hammering on the right click there, but yeah, I just got mobbed by too much stuff. I nearly took that spawner out as well. Right, okay, I'm building another tank this time. It's a shame you can't use fish on a tank, really, isn't it? Right, ammunition. I was going to say maybe this is the point where I should go nip back over to Fulgora and make myself a better make myself a rare mech armor, but I've got I need the armor I've already built in order to, already got and have just lost up there in order to do so. So that's not practical. Right, what does a tank take? A tank is steel, gears, reds, and engines. Okay. Steel. That's good. All of that. And all of that. I've got a load of sulfur as well. Don't care. Make me a tank. Tank. Oh, and also fuel. Do I have any better fuel than coal? Am I making solid fuel? I don't think I am. No, I've not had any actual... Oh, well, got rocket fuel, of course. That's better than coal. Yeah, rocket fuel for the rockets. Yes, very good. I know. Yeah. You expect me to remember things like this? At least I spotted it and didn't just go, nope, I don't have solid fuel. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to stick with coal then. No. There we go. One of them. Two of them. One of them. Go. Is it faster? Maybe. I'm sorry, is it that much? Is it fast? Is whoop train? No, I didn't mean is it faster, because obviously it's faster. What I actually meant is it faster than me with it when I'm using the when I was using my power armor, and I'm not sure about that. Right, select the... Oh, blimey. That was kind of destructive. Where'd they all come from anyway? You know what? I'm going to wait for daytime, because then I'll be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. In the meantime, of course, all of that delicious bioflux that I brought over from t'other planet is going to be going off. But I've still got an hour and a half. Well, I've got an hour on that splodge of it. Yeah, much less in control, true. And I can't use fish on it either, which is a bit of a disadvantage. There we go. Nearly there. My hope is, if I wipe out all of the bitery stuff up here... Oh, come on. If I wipe out all of their buildings, in inverted commas, then maybe they'll leave me. Then maybe they'll leave me alone once when I go up there to get my body. I'm going to keep these here for the time being, because they're quite useful for running back to, because they've got the better ammunition. There we go. Now those are all dead. I feel like the biters have a certain sort of radar, so they will spot you the player, from a certain distance and come and attack. But if you attack one of their bases, then they'll respond from further away. Or if you attack them, if you attack actual biters as well, then I think they respond from slightly further away as well. Right. Okay, now I'm... Rock. There we go. Now I am in slightly better condition. So let's reverse down to here. Have a quick swap over of the armours. Boop. Beep. Get rid of that and that and that and that. Right. Okay, so I only died. I may have died twice, but I did manage to get rid of one of the nests. So that's a partial success. Now the question is, what do I do at this point? So maybe the correct answer is go back down to the base, build some shields, and go in on foot and deal with them there. Because I don't have it. I haven't really prepped for combat. I just came running up here and went, yeah, let's just go charging straight in and see how things go. What's the worst that could happen? And it turns out the worst that could happen is I get my face eaten. Most of this stuff is all very, very easy and cheap at this stage of the game. So let's go and make some Mark II energy shields. Yoink. And see how we go from there. Oh yes, that's true. You can put put shields and PLDs and roboports and various other stuff in tanks. But I feel that I think my armor is probably better than a tank because it's rare and Mark II power armor. And I remember in vanilla Factorio, basically by the time you get to the Mark II, by the time you get to the Mark II power armor, you could more or less just start ignoring the biters if you loaded it up properly with the various things it needs. Right, what do you need? Those. What do you need? Stuff I haven't got. Blue circuits and low density structures. Blue circuits are there, but not low density structures. Those are over here on this belt. Why are you a Mark 1 machine? Sorry, Mark 2 machine. Be a Mark 3. And in fact, be a Mark 3 and be... Oh, I can't put the speed modules in yet because it hasn't been upgraded yet, but I can put some of them. Oh, yes, I can. I assume I've got plenty of power. Yes, using 87 megawatts out of 1.2 gigawatts of available power. Nice. 6 of those, okay. So I'll give that to a moment or two. Yes, I think, yeah, having the exoskeletons to allow me to move around at ludicrous speed is extremely effective. My suit power, oh, that's a good point, I should make some better batteries. I've got 1.5 megawatts of power available, and may end up using 1.2 megawatts with the legs. So definitely some more batteries would be a good idea. So yes, let's think about personal battery threes. Super caps. Okay, we're not doing that then from here then. Steel plates and batteries. What have you run out of? Red circuits. Right, so here we're going to make battery 1. Here we're going to make battery 2. Go. Oh, I didn't get any batteries. Batteries. You know what? Batteries. And once again, let's put the speed modules in there because I'm an impatient fella. How big are these? They're pretty small. Put you down there. Alright, there we go. So you can see my bad bed, that's charging up pretty quickly, but if I start running around, then no, it's just not having any effect on the battery. That's pretty good. But I'm going to put several of these in, because why wouldn't I, basically? What if you run out of steel again? Ah. Got some random science packs as well. I'm not sure where I got those from. I don't need a second submachine gun, really. Steel. Do I want a third shield? A third advanced shield? Probably. I am paranoid. In the meantime, I'll put that in to get charging. I'll put that in to get charging. Yeah, there we go. It's a big improvement on the amount of power I had before. And it's charging up. Yeah, when I'm moving at full speed, even with everything charging, the battery power is not going down. So I think that's okay. Maybe I do need more roboports, but not just yet. What have I got on the moment? This is a Mark 1 as well. Yeah, I probably do. I need to upgrade that at some point, but not just yet. How many for that? 10. Yeah, that should be enough. 9. 10. Build that. Right, let's go and show those biters who's boss. Or at least give them a vague suggestion. I'm not sure if they'll be convinced. Okay, now I should be a little bit more resilient. I've still got 22 fish to play with, so that's going to help as well. Batteries are nearly charged. That's quite impressive, given that the amount of stuff I've got running off them. Some PLDs would probably be a good idea, just sort of as for crowd control, if nothing else. But yeah, it should be fine. Don't need that. Right, so this is the other one that I wanted to wipe out. Yeah, I should probably put some. I probably should have put some PLDs together. They are very useful for just sort of dealing with the biters, so you don't have to. I guess is the best way to put it. They can. You can use them to. You can. Oh, that's nearly. Oh no, it's not all nearly all my ammunition. I've got plenty more. Yeah, the PLDs are quite good at taking out biters, so you can just concentrate on dealing with the fact of the nests. Oh yeah, and I'm not as much tougher as I thought I was. Ah! That was a bit close, and I didn't have my fish out. I guess if that, well, I suppose it depends. It depends on how much you've upgraded them and the quality level and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I guess that's true. They're not quite as effective as they used to be. My combat knowledge is fairly out of date, which isn't too surprising given that I don't tend to combat all that much in Factorio if I can avoid it, because partly because I'm not very good at it, partly because I don't really enjoy it, and I think there might be a link in those two. It might be that I don't enjoy it because I'm not very good at it, or maybe because I don't enjoy it all that much. I tend not to do it all that. Ooh, a rock there. Or it could be that because I'm not very good at it... Sorry, it could be because I'm not very good at it, I don't enjoy it. Or it could be because I don't enjoy it, I don't practice it very much. That's what I was trying to say before I got distracted by being, you know, shot at a bit. I should move this turret wall forwards, to be honest. It's a bit silly at the moment. I don't know why I went and shot that one. Just to annoy it, I suspect. Kiting them away works quite well when you're significantly faster than the biters. Because you can sort of kite them half a mile away, then come back in, shoot at their bases, spawners a little bit, and then just go around the loop again like this. And they're daft enough that they don't leave any sort of guards behind. Well, not many guards behind anyway. That's quite a train of them I've got following me, though. Oh, distractors. You know what? I've never played with distractors. Defender, distractor, destroyer. I don't have the red circuits to build some. Oi, uglies. Okay, I think I'm going to have to take these nests out as well. or I'm just going to have issues with them when I'm trying to do important biter handling stuff. Oof. At least they're mostly big ones, rather than behemoths. Do the proportions change later in the game? As in, whether you get more... Do you get more behemoths later, or is it just once you unlock behemoths, you just get... That's what you get? I don't really... I have to admit, I don't know. Okay, proportions change. Makes sense. I would kind of expect the proportions to change, because otherwise it wouldn't really get any harder. And if it doesn't get any harder, what's the point? I suppose it could get harder because you might get larger numbers attacking. Stop it. It's funny how I feel like the meta of combat in this game has changed from go in and go through shooting all the nests as quickly as you can, and then come back and deal with the worms later if you can be bothered, to now go in and shoot up the worms because they're actually weaker than the nests and easier to kill. Whereas then in the nest you have to come back and put a bit more effort into it, like this. And then just, well, I was going to say just wait until the biters get a bit too insistent and then go back and get them all killed with the turrets. That bit hasn't changed. Ow. Oh, come on. Take that one out. It's nearly dead. There we go. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. I think we worked out when we were playing the Industrial Revolution, or not necessarily worked out, but observed when we were playing the Industrial Revolution, that there's a limit to how many biters a nest will spawn in. So if you go in there and just start shooting the... if you go in and start concentrating on killing the biters, you're just going to get more and more biters spawning, and you'll never get anywhere. But if you can have somebody kite the biters away, ideally while somebody else shoots the nest up, you can do really quite well. So you can't almost need 2 players for that, of course, because you can't really... Well, I suppose once you're fast enough, once you're fast enough, you can kite the biters and then run round, do an end run round them, and then come back in and shoot up the nests. But if you're on your own, especially early game, you almost need somebody else to kite the biters away, maybe with a car, while another person goes in and shoots them a bit. What were we saying? Yeah, discharge defense again is another thing I've never really got around to using, and I probably should, but I just haven't. Yeah, it might make sense. Okay, so how are we doing? Right, this is reasonably good. We've got these guys over here still who are a potential problem. But if I run a belt of ammunition up here, then I can start building this and try and defend against them as best as I can for the time being. So, let's get on with that then. So I want to put in that there. None of this is going to get built, of course. Ooh, too much. Because I don't have the robo coverage, but we'll work on that. So blueprint, game blueprint, robo grid. There. That may or may not cover it. We'll find out. If it doesn't, then I'm going to be doing some of this manually. There. Okay, so that's going to be that part of the defences set up. Also going to want to work along this way. Bit if I go too far, then things are going to go badly. Okay, we're probably all right here. I might move some... I'll put some turrets in over here, I think. So the slightly awkward part is going to be keeping this whole area alive while I deal with it. Now, what I could do is I could put some turrets in and tell them not to shoot the spawners. That might be the easiest way to do it. And just kill everything but one spawner. Because I think... Let's have another look at the recipes now. So what do I want to do? I want to make... No, I need to capture a spawner. So I need to make one of the spawner capture rockets. Once you've captured a spawner, then you get the research. Then the research happens, which is this one. Capture a spawner. Okay, so that allows you to then feed it bioflux. Okay, and then that allows you to then research at the biolab, which requires biter eggs and rock capture bot rockets. But that's fine. Okay. So one spawner is going to be sufficient, at least in the short term. Otherwise, up here is pretty quiet. So let's copy that and just have more of it. You know what would be useful along here would be some power. Can that reach? Of course not. Put power in like this, just manually for now. It's fine. Ooh, I hear a cheering. Who do I need to say thank you to? I need to say thank you to Potato Dave. Welcome, Potato Dave, and thank you for the subscription. Much appreciated. That's a name I don't recognise. It's really nice to have new subscribers come along and join. So thank you very much. Good to have you here. Right, there's a bit of belt down here that isn't happening. So let's pull up a little bit here and do this the old-fashioned way. If I do that, then I can come down here and do this bit. And then I can go, wait, I don't have a splitter. I guess the way to do that is to say, put down a splitter here and the bots will bring it for me. We'll do that. We'll get that in place in a moment. I still need power up here properly linked in. So let's put that in there. Bot frenzy to get this all built up. That's fine. This area is now reasonably stable. My concern is as I build the wall over here, these biters are going to go nuts for it. So I feel like I might as well try and get them pacified and go off and make the egomometer before I. Go off and make the capture rocket before I try and do anything too drastic with them. So that's back down to the main factory again. I feel there's quite a bit of running around at the moment. In fact, that's been the whole thing with Space Age, particularly recently, but also quite a lot just in general. Because I don't really know what I'm doing, I've been doing a lot more running around and doing things manually than I would if I was playing it, than if I was playing things I know. But then it's interesting and fun to do things that I don't know. So that's I'm not complaining. It's more of an observation rather than anything else. So steel, blue, robot frames, and bioflux. Robot frames come from over here. Blue circuits do not, and nor does steel. Well, steel is technically over here, but I could bring blue circuits and yeah, let's just do that. So put a machine in there, tell it to make these things, and feed it from both sides like that. Then nip over here, grab some of that bioflux that's doing its utmost to go off. So I'll take which is the crappier one. That's the crappier one. Look, you can have that and some blue circuits. There we go. Oh, and I need a rocket launcher as well, probably. I can just make one of those in my pockets. That's fine. It's a good point. Let's have a look at the discharge defense. So I need some. I need a little laser turrets for that. That's going to be a faff to make. I probably should start making laser turrets, to be honest. Can I omnicrafter those? What's the recipe for a laser turret? Yes. Yes, we can make laser turrets over here. 50 laser turrets. It's quite a lot, but why not? Right, so that's making me my laser turrets. Here we go. Got 3 of these already. That's probably enough, to be honest. Actually, no. Let's make more, because these probably don't go off, and this stuff does. So if we use it all up to make the rockets, then we've got them. We've got it made into rockets, which is much nicer. Oh, and actually, there's I'm going to need more bioflux to feed the thing as well. Gimme. Why are we not having more brought down? What's going on? Has the ship departed? Yes, it's gone back to Gleba. Okay, so we ripped through the science, so yeah. Why are there blue circuits on my low density structure feed? Okay, that's not meant to be like that. What the hell? No, really, what is this? Oh, I guess it was if it runs out, then feed them through from here. Yes, but it just didn't work because that's bad. And it should feel bad. So what I probably wanted was that. No, it's upside down as well. Oh, I need pick them up from here as well. Come on, sort it out. Stop being bad. Right, there we go. So we can put these back in here and these back in here. Was that just meant to go down into that? Probably. I don't understand why this is looped around like this. Oh, I do understand why this is looped around like this. It's a stupid thing, but I do understand why it's like that. It's so that if we run out, we can use what's coming from over here as well, or around here, as well as what's coming out of the spaceship for making the rockets. No, sorry, for making the science packs rather. So it's a bit, it's kind of dumb, but it makes a sort of weird, unfortunate sense. And along here, input priority is from the right. There we go. Yeah, exactly. So it's not broken now. It'll actually work, which is a step in the right direction, I feel. Right, so I have some more bioflux, which has 58 minutes left on it. I have no boxes. Can I make a box? I can make a box. I can make a couple of boxes. Can I make some inserters? I can make some inserters. Right, so I think I'm okay for that. Now, I think I'm only going to capture one spawner, because having 2 would mean I get through the resources twice as quickly. So I think I'm better off just having a single one. Resources, I mean the bioflux, and just deal with the fact that I might not get the eggs quite as quickly as I might otherwise. So, let's go in and kill everything but one spawner. Actually, should we shoot this first? And see what happens. See if the biters attack it. Whee! Glomp. Yes, they do. Okay. I mean, that's mildly interesting. I was sort of curious. So, yeah, okay. So they've just taken it out. Fair enough. I can't say I blame them. Let's go in and kill everything else. Jeez. Behemoths are a bit tough. Right, there we go. So now we are doing the capture thing. And I probably want to put one of these next to it. And an inserter. Oh, I'm going to need power over here. Stop it. There we go. And have some bioflux. Okay. That isn't going to work. Have some bioflux. How long does it last? Not all that long, but it does churn the eggs out fairly quickly while it's doing so. What am I trying to do? Robo grid. Like that. And then power to up here as well. Power. Okay, actually no, I'll take it back. It lasts a decent amount of time. I am going to need to find some way of bringing large quantities of bioflux over here. I might just use bots for now. It's horrible and dirty, but it will work. Blue chest goes there. Okay. Wait for the upgrades to happen, and we need to extend the robo grid in that case to there. However, I can now go. Where is my ammunition? Where is the? Why is the train not here? Oh, I have a train jam. Oh, I have no coal. Oh, I have no coal. Oh, bother. Right. Yes. Okay. I was trying to use up all the coal over here, wasn't I? And I didn't think about what that would do to the refueling station. Okay, so remove that. And could you have a train limit of 1, please? There we go. And yes. Okay. Right. That's mildly unfortunate timing. It does mean we can turn this power generation area off though, because that's now finished with. So we just pull up all of that, and the belts, and so ons. This will free up this space for... I have no idea what I'm going to use this space for, but it frees it up nonetheless. And it keeps the bots busy as well. Oh, no, there's a water pipe, an oil pipe in there, which I do want to keep. Remove all of that. So now this is just a train refueling station. But of course that train can't get there. How much fuel have you got? Oh, you got plenty. Oh, you're a freshly built train. Fuel, you got plenty. Off you go. How about you? How sad are you? 42. Well, if you pull in there, then this train can clear off and not go to the fueling. Are you trying to fuel? You're not trying to fuel. You're bringing in the coal. Right, okay, so that's declogged it at least. So you're where are you going? Okay, you're going down to drop ammunition off down there. Fine. We don't actually need it too urgently up here. How are we getting on here? Right, so that's been turned into a blue chest. I want to request bioflux. Say 200 of it. And I want you to spoil priority. Spoiled first. Yes, there we go. And now I've got 95 biter eggs. Okay. Fine. I guess we're just going to try and keep this one alive and in its current state rather than doing anything else particularly drastic with it. Because I feel like I want to hang on to my pet biter nest, but I don't want to. But I don't know what I'll do with an infinite number of biter eggs. Oh wait, are they going to hatch? Yes, of course they are. Right. Okay. Of course they are. Enable when biter egg is less than 30. I don't know. Ooh, more slime is arriving. Lovely. That nest is definitely fully captured. I see. You said that ages ago. Sorry, I wasn't. But yeah, yes. 5 eggs per run. I'm slaver. Yes, it is true. Eggs don't hatch when they're in the nest. Right. That is worth knowing. I didn't bring a flambe tower with me. Can I make them over here? Yes, I can. Excellent. Maybe the answer then, if they don't hatch when they're in the nest, is just to keep the nest here with, you know, some friendly turrets around it to keep it safe. Something like that. I'll put some in the chest, but never mind. Yeah, some friendly turrets to keep it nice and safe and warm at night and cozy and all that sort of thing. And come along, grab the eggs when I need them, and yeah, just basically keep it alive with the bioflux, but just deal with the come and get eggs when I actually need them, rather than just all the time. That seems like a sensible way to do things. Oh yeah, and power along here would be good as well, wouldn't it? Ammunition up here would be nice too, but I think we have to wait a bit for... Oh no, here it comes. Excellent. Oh, and that needs to point that way. Lovely. Why did I want biter eggs? Oh yeah, for the other for the research. For the no, not that one. It's going to be a yellow one. There we go. The biolab. That's the one I wanted. Put that at the front. It's 1,000. It's going to take a little while, but definitely worth having. And then we can come back and finish this one off, which is at 90% probably. But never mind. I'm more interested in that one. And then we can go with the other things. Yes, totally safe and humane genetic experimentation. Quite right. We wouldn't want to do anything cruel around here, would we now? Right. I am aware that I have a time bomb in my pockets at this point. So, and it's almost bedtime, and I don't want to go to bed with a time bomb in my pockets. Unfortunately, until the biolab finishes, there's not much I can do about that. I bet the eggs hatch into something. The eggs hatch into behemoths. Oh no, they only into larges. That's not so bad then. I've got 25 minutes. And the research is going to take 22 minutes. Oh, good. I think it's time to make a flambe tower. Can you make me a flambe tower? Yes. Excellent. Probably. No. No, you can't. You need stone furnaces. I can make a couple of stone furnaces in my sleep, I suppose. Or if I had any stone, I could. I was going to say, why do I not have stone on my bust? But here's some. Right, you. One in that, one in that. What are you waiting for? Oh, you need multiple boilers. And heat pipes. Why have you not switched over to heat pipes? I bet there are some in here. Oh, fail. Right, let's try that again. Okay, now it's picked the right things. Maybe. Maybe not. Of course, as soon as I take them out, then it tries to make heat pipes. So yeah, the Omnicrafter, as I said, isn't good at things that take too many different steps, which these clearly does. Have I made enough though? Put them in there. No, it takes more than 15. Oh. Yeah, so I can't make flambe towers in this system really. It's okay going to wherever it's got to now, but in general, flambe towers, not a thing we can do there. Still, never mind. I'm assuming I can put the biter eggs in here. Where are they? There they are. Yeah. Okay, there we go. You get rid of those critters. They take a little while to burn, so I'm glad I didn't leave that too late. Yeah, we're not. I'm not ready to deal with those yet. I need to get this research done before I can move on to that. So, what's next? I guess we'll have a look at Gleba and see. Oh, it's raining. It's always raining on Gleba, isn't it? Really. But what can you do about that? Okay, so we're loading up over here. What's the Spock doing at the moment? It is over Gleba, and it is full of fetid bioflux, virtually dead bioflux. It's not going to last. We've had a supply of that. Oh, we're waiting for ammunition. Okay. Did I set over on Norvis? The other thing I wanted to do. So we'll take that. Then over here, the other thing I wanted to do was put in one of the flambe towers here, and then feed it with spoilage, because we're going to get some coming down here now. I suspect, especially as we're trying to transport two things at once. One of them is not going to play nicely, so we need to ask for spoilage, and any that comes down, we need to deal with it. To be honest, it's easy enough to make spoilage that if and when I need some later, I'll just make some more. It's not like it's not like it's hard to get hold of a bit of spoilage. I thank you for the hint, but I feel like I don't think this is going to be a problem as such. Used in making the jelly nut swords, made for those things. Efficiency modules, okay. Nutrients, biosulfur. Yeah, very little of this. This is all stuff that's relevant on Gleba, with the exception of the efficiency modules, and I don't use efficiency modules very much, so I think I'm happy with just throwing this away for now. I'm having this sort of what's the next thing to do? So I'm doing the biolab at the moment. Once the biolab is finished, we can finish doing. Then we can then do the epic quality, and then maybe go out and have a bit of a play on Fulgora, trying to get some better things. Maybe I'll try and make myself an epic exoskeleton, not exoskeleton. Power the flying power armor thing. You know what I mean. These can run through merrily. We get a load of researches done, and then see what's known as that. Okay. Yeah, get more researches done. See what seems worthwhile, and eventually the plan is to head off to Aquilo, but we're not ready for that yet. Actually, we can research it. Let's stick that in the to think about list. But I have a feeling it's a bit difficult to get to. Mech suit, that's the one. Thank you, Tiger. Then let's have a look. What else? What else in here is actually useful? And prod mod 3s probably. What do you need to make them? Biter eggs, lovely. Okay. Sure, why not? Fish breeding. Oh, true. What's behind the eggs? All right, let's have a look at that. Eggs. Biolab, yes, captive biter spawner. So that would allow me to put a captive spawner in a more convenient place. So that could potentially be quite useful. So rather than having to run off to the wild and frozen north to grab any biter eggs and bring them back down again, or have the bots do it and just have them hatch randomly halfway back, no doubt. We could have that then. We could then just bring them over. Overgrowth soil does sound quite useful. So this presumably is a soil that allows you to grow. Oh no, this right, yeah, okay, allows you to replace soil with a better type of soil. I looked at that earlier. Quantum processor, interesting. That's going to be a to get other things in the future. Fine. Like a railgun, for example, which would be very. Railgun sounds like fun. And the productivity modules that we were just talking about. So the captive biter spawner also requires so it's cryogenic. So I need to go to Aquilo before I can do that anyway, which requires lithium cryo, yada yada. This one. Also Aquilo, fair enough. That makes sense. It's the next thing to go off to get the next stage of researches, I suppose. I don't feel like there's an enormous number of researchers left. This is a bit like with space exploration. The challenge is more in getting the science packs than in getting large enough numbers of them, or ripping through massive numbers of researchers. Although I imagine some of these down here are these are all productivities are all infinites. Some of these are probably going to be quite expensive. So 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, they're not too bad. But it's going to take quite a lot of the mossy science to get to all of these done. But I think getting the improved labs is going to make everything a lot easier. Big numbers being from infinite stuff. That makes a lot of sense, actually, because you want the base game to be relatively completable, even for people who aren't very good at Factorio. Okay, granted, they'll probably be playing the not space age, but then they'll want to move on to space age. So having the base game being not too difficult, and then have the real challenge come in the post end game makes a lot of sense. And yeah, they could then just expand linearly, quadratically, or whatever, exponentially, whatever exponential they want to use. Like this, mining productivity 7 over here is only at 5,000 at the moment, but still, it's quite a lot. But steel productivity is 11,000. Low density structure not too bad. Anyway, yes, that's the sort of thing I'm getting at. Yeah, we can get some interesting stuff here. So I think the biolab is definitely the most interesting to get to at the moment. Because it's going to allow me to double my research speed and double my science productivity, which is going to be very, very useful, because then all of the science packs I'm bringing over will go twice as far. So that'll be very useful. Yes, having lots of different infinites does sound very, very interesting. Lots of things to play with. Have I made a consistent supply for rare materials? Sort of. I've got consistent supplies of them all on their relevant planets. So that's not the right button. So if I look at I say consistent. Fulgora's not the best, but yeah, I've got a supply of the Holmanite available here and Holmium plates here. I haven't pulled any of it off Fulgora yet, because most of the stuff it seems to be used for is things that are made on Fulgora, at least for the time being. Similarly with Vulcanus, I've got a plentiful supply of the titaniums over here, but again, I'm not bringing them off planet. I've just discovered that if I want to make artillery, I need to bring this over to Norvis, so that's going to be something to start doing relatively soon, I think. But for now, up until now, I've only needed the titanium on this planet, so I've only brought it to here. I suspect when I go to Aquilo, I'm going to suddenly need all of those on Aquilo, in the same way that in space exploration, in space exploration, you suddenly need all of the exotic resources in order to make the Naquium, for example. And on Gleba, I've got all kinds of weird green stuff happening through here. Actually, I've started bringing the bioflux away from here, because I suddenly started needing that over on Norvis in order to steal Vita spawners. So there's been a little bit of that, a little bit of bringing stuff from here. So yeah, not really. I did bring a load of what do you call it? EM labs from Fulgora to Vulcanus. They are making along here. They are making my circuits. I haven't taken any of these to any of the other planets yet, but there's been a little bit of sort of cross boss naming between planets. My low density structures. I'm bringing low density structures from here to somewhere. I can't remember where now. Actually, it was to Gleba actually. Although I now don't need them. And I'm shipping out blue circuits from here to Gleba and blue circuits and low density structures are being shipped to Norvis from here and hopefully for Vulcanus, but I'm not certain of that, to be honest. It looks like probably from here, because there's a box filling up with them over here, which suggests that I've just used them all up. Yeah, so there's been a bit of passing stuff around, but I'm still at the sort of very much the exploring the options stage, so I haven't really gone full bore into that, and I haven't taught myself what the correct ways, what the best ways to do it all are yet. So it's been a little bit experimental. So things are getting that way. Oh, quality. I see what you mean. Quality base materials. Yeah. Yes, I've got. So over here, I've got rare, uncommon, normal, uncommon, rare. Yes, rare materials being stockpiled over here, including some ore for some reason, but that's not being done deliberately. The rest of it is just going around a productivity loop here that is making it gradually into slightly better. So Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So yes, I've got these. I've got the rare iron, copper, steel, plastic. So I can start from those, and then once I've researched the next one, the what's it called, epic quality, then I can start. Then I can potentially pull all of this out or put it into another loop, maybe up here or something like that. Run it round again a few more times just to try and get all of the epic stuff out of it. And yeah, just leave this running and running and running. Whether it's worth considering, So at the moment, as you can see, I've been making better quality versions of things by recycling the lower quality versions, and that has, I mean, it works up to this point, but it means you tend to only really get the lower tier of interest levels of things. I've got a few red and green circuits in here, but mostly you're just getting out the metals at that point. So at this point, I have a choice. Do I want to start trying to make my my epic mech suit from rare metal? Do I want to make an epic mech suit from epic metals? Or do I want to repeatedly try to make epic armor pieces of armor until I finally manage to get lucky and upgrade one into an epic, until I happen to get an epic bits and pieces out further down the line? I'm not sure which is the best way to do it. I feel that a simpler way is to start with epic raw materials, because then you know exactly what you're going to get at each step of the process. But you need to do the whole thing. But then if you do, yeah, I feel my hunch is that mathematically the two are going to be equivalent. So if you shut up, right? So my hunch is mathematically it's going to be equivalent to build up all of the rare epic materials and then build from those, versus building later things probably with some higher tier materials in there, with quality modules and hoping to output something better. I'm not sure this is true, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if someone is bound to have done the maths by now. Maybe I should go and look and find out what the answer is. But for the moment, I think it's probably going to be easier for my fragile little mind to get some epic raw materials and build up the suit from that. I would hope, Tristan, that if you get an extra one every N deaths, when you do come back with 2 pistols, you get to dual wield them. That'd be much more entertaining. I suppose you can gain a step at crafting stages. So how far back do you draw it? So do you say yes? I'm going to try and make this this power armor with rare steel processing units and electric engine units, in the hope that I get an epic one out, and then recycle it if I don't, and get just some of that stuff back again. I guess you could. I don't know. I don't know. Thing is, though, Madman, having dual pistols is just going to give you. It's just effectively going to double your shooting speed. So it's going to be what's that? Call it 9. About shooting speed of about 18, which is already less than the submachine gun. So there isn't going to be any actual advantage over having guns akimbo over the submachine gun, which is a bit of a shame. Unless it spawned you in as the rare person who can use all guns akimbo, so you can have 2 submachine guns, 2 Tesla guns, 2 shotguns. That's a bit crazy, and so on and so on. I don't know. True, style points is quite useful. Yeah, I'll give you that. Dual wielding the rocket launchers could be quite fun. Oh, dual wield a rocket launcher and a flamethrower. That would be fun. I don't think it'd be particularly effective, but it'd be a lot of fun. Actually, a submachine gun and a Tesla gun would probably be the most sensible combination. Yes. Anyway, I've talked about that quite enough. Let's see. The research has stopped. Oh, here's some more mossy science coming down though, so we can load up with that. Get that sciencing up again merrily. How are we doing with that? You got some bioflux down here. Good. So that's still running. Dual wield nukes. Yeah, that'd be possibly overkill. I don't know. Actually, if it's the space exploration nukes, you probably kind of need it because they were a bit feeble. Be quite useful to lob 2 of them off very, very quickly. Right, yes, it is 11:10. I'm going to call the stream here because I'm at a point where I'm just waiting for this biolab to research and just waiting for these mossy things to find their way down this belt over here. So we'll let that run and see how it gets on. How fresh are they? How fresh is my science? It's so fresh it's all gone. Okay, fair enough. It looks about maybe a bit less than 2/3. That's not great, but I guess it's what we get. Yes, we'll leave that to run. Eventually we'll get half an hour, 50%. Yeah. Eventually we'll get the biolabs up and researched, and we'll be able to start building those and have that start running. At that point, it might be about time to start thinking about shipping all of the science packs over to Gleba, so that we can use the biological ones will be a little bit fresher when we're trying to use them. That's something I've talked about before. But haven't actually done, and I'm starting to think maybe it's about time I did, because it would improve things a little bit at least. So it's a thing to consider anyway. However, that's not going to be for another week because, funnily enough, I'm not going to be doing a stream on Wednesday, so I hope that's not too disappointing. But since it's Christmas Day, I'm going to have a few other things, you know, family time and eating about twice my body weight in turkey and all that sort of stuff going on. So I'm afraid I won't be around next week. I'm afraid I won't be around on Wednesday. However, next week I will be back around as normal Monday and Wednesday with the streams because New Year's Day I might be a little bit hungover, but I'm sure I'm still capable of playing a bit of Factorio. So yes, please come along and join me for on Monday and Wednesday of next week when I should be doing a bit more streaming. I've got another DIY video that's sort of in the works at the moment, so I'll be releasing a preview of that to supporters relatively soon. And then once I've finally got it finished, which I hope will be at some point over the Christmas break, I'll then release it as an official video and then off as an actual as one to the general public. And also, I think now that I've got a bit of free time again and I'm nearly over my cold, my throat is mostly better, I can then start making Factorio videos again and just get the channel back to where it's supposed to be. The last few weeks have not been great, I have to admit, so it'll be it's going to be a little bit of time until everything comes back into full wasp-name. The new labs can't be placed there, really. Oh, for goodness sake! Buildable on Norvis. I can never remember what the difference between constructible and buildable and placeable or whateverable. So let's see. These ones are crafted on. Oh, I see. So that's crafted on, and the other one is buildable on. Yeah, sucks. Okay, well, I guess we'll be carrying on shipping it all over to here then. Just thinking about the maths on this, because either you get lovely fresh moss packs on Gleba going into your machine that doesn't have any productivity, or you get them at about 50% freshness going into your machines that take them in at 200% or plus 100% productivity. So actually it's going to be about the same. However, using the more advanced labs will save you on all of the other science packs, so it's kind of worth it for that, and they're twice as fast, but you can compensate for that with twice as many labs, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, so yeah, We'll stick with doing it on Novice then, I guess. Oh, more module slots. Okay, that's nice. We'll get more of that in there then. Boom. Any other comments? Okay, so yeah, Peter ended up in the same sort of position. It's the obvious thing to do. Sorry, Potato, not Peter. I misread. I really need to change this. I've got blue on grey, and I can't really see the. I've got grey background on the stream chat, so I keep calling you Peter rather than Potato. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can see exactly how you get into that position without noticing. You're very welcome, Madman. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And yes, Merry Christmas to everyone, and to all the factory must grow. Several times ahead. Well, I suppose yes, Christmas is a good time for that sort of thing then, because you've got hopefully got a bit of time off work and therefore can stay up a bit later. And no. I'm ahead, so you can watch it live because you're probably potentially not working. Yes, great. Okay, so yes, I'll see you same time next week. Thank you very much for watching. See you then. Bye bye.